What's up, Salty? Get everybody in this joint. Got to start it with the theme song. Toya is up in the building. We're gonna do some shit talking tonight, baby. All right, we like to start the Friday Fun Day shit talking. Oh, you gotta love that beat. So cool. Man, it's Friday. I need to pull up a drink in this motherfucker. I'm gonna see if I can post this email in the chat for you. Everybody, get your drinks in the air. Everybody, put a drink in the air, including you, Toya. Get your little daiquiri. Oh man, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk. Damn, that shit hurt. Back to back too. Shit, if you're a pro wrestling fan. Anybody in the back, just hold on for a minute. I'm gonna bring you up. Get that good shit going. Put your drinks in the air. It's Friday, everybody. Put your drinks in the air. Oh, you said bourbon. That's my girl. Woo! Everybody, put a drink in the air. Put your favorite drink in the chat real quick. Put your favorite drink in the chat. Michael Tanner, all the way from Qatar. Woo! Kareem Austin, how you doing, bro? Got to pull one out for Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, man. Damn. Oh, man. Yes. Hit them drums, goddammit. Yeah. Hmm. Thank you, folks. Yes, I will put the Shorty Cologne's. I'm gonna put him in the chat for the theme song, the official theme song. Here's the link to that, the Shorty Cologne theme song that you just listened to. Please give that man a like and a subscribe for his music. Maybe he'll make some more hits. He did a rendition cover of While I'm Alone by Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. For those of you who are new, woo! Welcome to the Officer of the Goddamn Law. Welcome to the King of the Beast. Welcome to Charles Faulkner Jr. And I have to make some shout outs for a few people. You know, blessed be salty balls for the fried, floured fowl fun. Hell yeah. For the 25. And I say 25. Woo! Got to give him something for that. Got to start it off with some power, baby. The power.
By the power of Grayskull.
And also to that other gentleman, Kareem Austin, for the $10 holler. Thank you, bro.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus!
Oh, yes. Bring up my man here. The Cruiser. What's going on, man? What's going on? Welcome to the...
Thanks, man. I'm good, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the older heads, you know.
I'm not that damn old. I'm only 41, but I know what you're talking about. Shit, I ain't that damn old. I might dye my gray hairs, but nigga still smooth and slick, you know. Nigga still slick, you know. Nigga still slick, you know. Nigga still slick, you know. I got to pull up a glass or two. Matter of fact, I'm going to be real funky with it. I'm like, pull me up Good Friday, motherfuckers. After this show, I'm going to clean up. Do a little bit of cleaning up. Might cook. Who knows? I don't give a fuck. Shit, I need me a cook after a week like this and dealing with some shit.
You are not.
Go ahead, man.
You're not the only one, Charles. You are simply not the only one.
I'm gonna tell you.
That subject you gave me, when can a man have a bad day? And I never got a chance to really, really go completely off when I was on Wednesday. With your help, Charles, I want that on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
I need it. I need it. I need to go completely off. I need the men to listen. I need the women to listen. And I need it to be a big fat ass fundraiser because I want to take my wife to Chicago next weekend for the HBCU Classic.
Hell yeah.
I made no bones about what I need. And to drop y'all a hint, I put an application into Circle K in nearby Columbus, Indiana. I was supposed to receive a call yesterday from their main manager. It is now Friday, 7:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and the sumbitch hasn't called me yet.
Damn, that's crazy, yo. Hey, yo, man, I love you guys, yo. You want to hear some fuck shit that happened to me? Yo, I just came from the hospital.
Oh, man. Hopefully everything all right with you.
All right, man.
Man, Charles and fellas, and to the listeners, man, I got pink eye, my nigga. Yo, when I got out the hospital, right? You know what my brother told me? He said, yo, you never should have been where you're supposed to be at. I said, damn right. I never should have went to the slums of the fucking hood. Cause my homeboy here from Alabama and shit. So, you know, we was partying, chilling, went to the hood, go see my cousins and shit. Knowing damn well that they unsanitary. And I took my ass over there. But in the doctor though, is what they do is they put a temperature on your eye, use the temperature thing, and put Novocaine inside your eye. And he was like, yo, we use cocaine. This like how the shit numbs your tongue. Yo, he had back it up. I never knew that though. I never knew they had a fucking.
What did we tell you, man? We told you stop eating them dirty girls out, man. Don't put your eye in it, just the tongue, man. You know?
Hey yo, I did shot my eye out, man.
You shoot your eye out. When she starts speaking, you're supposed to move your head, not look at it deep.
That's a fact. Hey yo, I'm about to go watch the Christmas Story and be like, yo, he shot my eye out, man.
Yeah, because you gotta think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, shout out and R.I.P. to Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, heart attack after COVID.
Yo, that hit me hard. Oh, Wayne Wyatt had a heart attack?
Yes.
Yeah, because he had COVID and it fucked with his heart.
Wow.
36 years old.
Man.
I mean,
and seeing her.
One of the greatest matches with him and The Undertaker. I don't mean to cut you off, bro.
That's all right.
And I mean, that's why, you know, last night I've stated that, you know, men's got to mark their territory and their legacy. You can't give up. Give me one more time. And, you know, this Friday, we're going to have fun Friday. Yeah. And we're going to try to, you know, relieve people of some stress, you know. As Grooveline would say, leave your cares behind.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like the young man, like, how old are you, Crozer?
I'm 27.
Hey, what's up, Crozer?
And 27 and a mechanical engineer, man.
I love it.
Everybody in the chat, put your drinks in the air in the chat. Whatever your drink of choice, put it in the chat, please. We're gonna celebrate Friday the way we started.
Well, I need to give this to y'all too. Some good news happened last night.
Oh shit!
Y'all know how many times I've spoken of Cheyenne, correct? My little daughter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's asked Jody and I officially to adopt her.
Congrats!
Wow. Yo, that's crazy. I done seen so many TikTok videos like that, but I never was on a panel and actually heard something like that ever in life, yo. Blessings to you, man.
Jody's talking.
That's crazy.
Jody's talking to my son Dakota now, and we should have an official answer by Sunday. And if that happens, Charles, when you and I team up, that's the first thing I'm leading with before I go off.
Moonshine, don't mind.
I went the bloody fuck off today. I went off, and my daughter Sonia was there to catch me because I screamed and yelled and cussed about everything that's been going on the past 2 years.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it gets frustrating as men. Like a lot of people don't know when I told my story when I was renting a house and the landlord sold the house and only gave me 2 weeks notice.
Jeez.
Oh wow.
What?
Last year.
How the hell you able to move
in between houses? And it was funny because now I'm in a better house, way better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to go to a new position back in the law enforcement. You never know what difference a year will make.
That's the truth.
And that's why I encourage a lot of black men to hold on tight. Everybody put your drinks in the air. It's Friday, niggas and niggerettes.
I got mine. Courtesy of Cheyenne. Truly hard seltzer.
You know, and shout out to Salty Balls. I shall drink the French brandy while smoking the finest of nickel tobacco product wrapped in leaf. Hitty, the Charles of Falklandom has returned. The Emperor of Falklandom, the King of Charm City.
Yo, I wish I could do that, bro. I need to watch more movies that related to that, man. Ah, classic shit.
Salty balls. I wish I could still get, sometimes I wish I could still get super chats, but they demonetize my black ass. So me and Fresher Fit got something in common. But
Why they demonetize you, Charles?
I don't know. Fuck these bitches. I mean, super chat and fucking PayPal directly send the money to me, niggas. Shit.
Right.
We're gonna have a test.
That's what I want. I'm gonna put my Patreon up here as well as my GoFundMe that I'm working on. I'm trying every trick possible, including sacrificing the Saturday that I usually spend with my family to go do Uber Eats as much as I can, because as I said, I want to show my wife a good time in Chicago. And
Yes, sir.
if I can't do that, I will be so depressed.
Let's try to get some subscribers. Let's try to do a show. Try to do Sunday. We're gonna hold on night. See, sometimes I wish I was a preacher because I would never run out of money, and all I have to do is just sell hope. And I'm not trying to knock anybody's religion, but
right,
being a content creator, sometimes being actually the hard part is not the content. The hard part is being creative. Sometimes is that I've always wondered, and I had to, and it pissed me off. It used to piss me off greatly. It used to piss me off greatly that I couldn't get, 50 people, 60 people. And I'm like, why am I getting shadow banned? Why aren't all my listeners and all my subscribers following? I got almost 4,000 people. But the faithful few keeps me going. And that's the one thing we have to understand in this life, that it's not the hundreds, but it's the tens that stick with you.
And that's been
That's a fact.
That's been so much, as you said, Charles, the faithful few that have stuck with me. I had somebody. No, fuck that. Let me let this out. I'll let it out. I'll let it out more on Sunday. I had somebody call me a scammer recently.
What? Hell no.
I had a motherfucker call me a scammer recently and told me to go find a real job.
I would tell you this. I used to think of myself as a scammer. I was like, hey, man, you think actually going to be talking? Shit, let me keep going. But it's
but okay, so they're gonna call you a scammer, but what was that preacher who asked for a new fucking jet? He talking about y'all not paying me no more, and I need a new jet, or I need to buy a new. Come on, bro. They ain't say nothing to him though. But we in these YouTube spaces, and this shit is bigger than a Super Bowl. YouTube is worth billions of dollars, and everybody trying to get a slice.
And you're talking about Creflo Dollar, and here's the fucked up part, right? If you're doing a play-by-play or giving a sports analysis and having a sports show, if somebody chooses to donate because they feel what you're saying, they're entertained by what you're doing, you touch them in a way, that's not a scam because you're giving something for something. You get what I'm saying? And like All-Star G said, Snowman is an official successful black man now because they're going to call you a scammer.
They don't even realize it, Charles. Charles, how many times did that guy sell the fucking Brooklyn Bridge for? He sold that shit 4,000 and like 4,500 times. That's a scammer.
I mean, you got to think about it. If I give somebody hope, right? Hope to make it another day, because there have been times I had to talk to brothers of not hurting themselves or someone else.
Right.
What value can you put on the cost of someone's life? There are times, I didn't have any gas money. I needed some money for food, but guess what? People blessed me. I'm not a super rich man. I'm going to be doing way better in the next few weeks. Hopefully soon if the VA gives me 100. But yet, when I donated, do I feel scammed? No, because I've actually helped, guys like Angry Man, O'Shea, BGS, and others, even on days I agree with them or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if somebody touches you in a way or entertains you in a way, they should be compensated. Remember, I'm like BGS. I don't believe in a poor righteous teacher.
Yeah.
No man or woman with talent should die poor. We should stop that, because in the black community, we're given this task that, you shouldn't ask for anything. Nigga, do you know how much research, how much talent, how much skill you have to have funny puns with and the right timing?
Right.
Do you know how much knowledge and research I have to look up laws to teach people? Wait till I start taking this show on the road and we start going to the range and we start teaching firearms, accuracy and safety.
And how much I've had to learn about broadcasting over almost 30 years, and going with the decision to open up a play-by-play academy.
You know what?
And
Indigo Flow is going to make me trademark this and make a shirt. We're going to say, nah, pay black men.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, we ain't doing this free shit.
No.
And I'm not talking about greed, because there's a difference between being greedy versus being able to support yourself, your family, or whatever knickknacks you're doing. I don't mind men getting, I think you should pay most black men, because if they're talking the talk for you, y'all don't know how much I sacrifice just being in the black manosphere.
Mm-hmm.
An army, a war vet from the army, a police officer from Baltimore, a man who's a firearms instructor, and he owns his own security firm and teaches, and he's about to be a police sergeant or lieutenant. If I was talking some coon shit, I would probably have 100,000 subs easily.
Mm-hmm.
If I was on some coon shit, easily. And I want to point this out once again for a lot of people. You have certain content creators who can literally talk about genocide of black male babies and live prosperously through donations, super chats, cash apps, Venmos, and all kinds of shit. And y'all won't even fucking demonetize that motherfucker.
Nope.
Y'all will let all the subscribers come. But a man who says young black boys should join the military, the police department, the fire department, and also get their college to go to STEM, y'all will shadow ban me, demonetize me. I must be doing the Lord's work. If you're trying to block my message, then something must be working, right?
And this is the reason why Kevin Samuels, when he got to 1 million subs, that's why he never passed the olive branch, because people don't support their interests. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want to say about him. That's why he took his money and ran to the hills, man. Did what he did, changed up his whole conversation about men and start catering more to the women, and they took it. That tongue lashing that he gave to these ladies in these platforms and coming on his platform, he had a slave switch sound effect. Come on, fam. They took that more than motherfucking what is Denzel Washington and fucking Glory. These women took that and still paid that man. Yes, I said it.
Say it again.
Man, these ladies in these spaces, Kevin Samuels had a slave switch for his sound effects. They took that shit more than motherfucking Denzel Washington and motherfucking Glory, and paid that man and made him super rich.
That was the first
Let
movie.
me put it to you. Let me put it to you this way.
That was the first movie I ever saw away from my folks' house in December of 1990. And hearing that comparison of everything that Kevin Samuels took, hearing what Charles has been through and what the folks on the panel and the men, yes, I said it, what the men have been through in the chat that I know that that have spoken to me and I to them, or have spoken on this panel. It's time for shit to change. Period. Point blank. End of ball game. There's your fourth down crash over the goal line. I'm giving y'all hints of what Charles and I are going to talk about on Sunday, and I want y'all to come to. We're going to stream it on both channels, but I want this mainly to be on Charles's channel. What I'm going to talk about on Sunday. This Can Men Have a Bad Day? This is part 2 of that, and I'll give y'all a hint. As I said, I put in an application for Circle K, and the store manager spoke to me, and she said, I just have to wait for my main manager to call you, and we'll get you in, and we'll make sure we start getting you money, and we don't hold a week back either. I rushed home, told Jody I was excited as hell. He was supposed to call me yesterday. Call never came. Drove into Circle K this morning before I tried to do Uber Eats today, and I ran out of gas. Fortunately, I got home, and she told me he's due in today. When he comes in, he will call you. That was at 11 o'clock this morning. I took an hour off from my show to find out what the hell is going on. That was 11 o'clock this morning. It is now 7:39 Eastern Daylight Time, and I still haven't heard from him. And earlier this afternoon, when I was walking around the house cussing my brains out, my daughter Sonia comes out of her room and says, "Are you okay?" I simply said no, and for the next 20 minutes, I went the fuck off.
And see, for a guy who's being called a scammer's not trying to do an honest day of motherfucking work. If we're gonna tell the truth and shame the devil, that is, a scammer is not willing to do Uber Eats and DoorDash. A scammer is not willing to talk about the ups and downs about being a middle-aged black man in today's society. A scammer is not looking for the hard way. Okay? And what LaShawn Jefferson said is the fucking quote of the year right now. Hell, got hella rum and no Coca-Cola. Wait, company ban from using all Coke products. Yet we can't teach kids how to be proper parents at school because it's sexist, non-exclusive, and because not gay. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We can't all die up. And look at this. All-Star G says, "My name's not John Henry." Another T-shirt idea. America hates paying black men.
Yes.
You know, it's funny because we're supposed to do everything for free. And I'm glad you posted that and simulcast it, because you're doing me a favor and you're doing yourself a favor.
Oh yeah, this is what we're going to do on Sunday also. But
oh yeah, and it's like, it's funny because yes, black men sometimes should go the fuck off. Why shouldn't we go the fuck off? Nobody works like us. Nobody takes the responsibility like us. God damn it, I can't have a fucking drink and enjoy my motherfucking self.
No, because you're going to be ridiculed.
Yeah,
the most microscope is on a black man. That's all I want to say.
Here's the funny. I had one of my exes one time try to tell me I'm an alcoholic. I said, I'm drinking in my house, on the fucking couch.
Big difference.
Not bothering anybody.
Exactly.
I didn't have to take a drink when I went to work. I didn't have to take a drink just to get the fuck up. It's the same time, around the same time it was years ago. How the fuck am I an alcoholic? I don't need liquor. This is recreational.
And that
child, I was 7 years sober, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? within that time, right?
And
When I was 7 years clean.
Shout out to hold on for 1 second, Jane. Hold on. Damn, who Mackenzie, shout out to you. Gotta give you a little salute. For the $2 holla. Gotta do the salute.
We all good, fam?
In a second.
Okay.
I love it.
You know, have to salute my donators because they don't have to donate. But you know, it's funny, right? Like, go back to your story about being 7 years sober.
Yeah, yo, being 7 years sober, yo, was one of the hardest moments, you know what I'm saying, that I was facing at that particular time because, like, you know, when you from the inner city, it's like people always judging you, always watching you, you know what I'm saying, especially when you being around friends and stuff like, well, so-called friends or whatever, right? They was like, oh, yo, thank you for, yeah, man, you sober now, though. But they always want to talk about your past experiences and this, that. And then me looking back on that wild verbiage or whatever, I'm like, yo, some of these motherfuckers ain't even have 1 day clean, let alone 7 years. Why I'm even going to entertain that? Let me keep going on my path and keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I slipped up over the roads, but I even had to tell my own daughter, like, yo, yeah, I'm still going through my process right now. But like I told her, just look at all of your friends. What the hell is they doing? I'm like, my friends, all they doing is get high all day, every day. Know what I mean? Talk about mindless things that don't accumulate to freaking nothing. You know what I'm saying? At least I reached that goal of being 7 years clean, and I could return and reach that goal again. But at least I'm productive and being honest in my own truth, though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not even just being honest in your truth. It's just being honest in the truth.
Well, yeah, facts.
And it's crazy because a black man can never make a mistake. A black man can never have a bad day. And I say this many of times because sometimes you gotta go to fuck off for people to respect you. Why do I gotta go fucking ape shit? Why do I gotta roar like a lion just to get a little bit of respect?
And the last time I was on the air, a friend of mine, I know Six said addressing in private, but I've got to let this out. A friend said for me to get it off my chest and move on. Let me pose a question. How the fuck can you just easily move on after having 5 organs taken out of your system, being diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, having blood clots in both your lungs, and your wife being told that the tumor was fucking inoperable?
But guess what? A black man not supposed to have a bad day.
That's a fact, bro.
I've had
can't have a bad day.
I'm gonna finally let this out if the colonel will allow me. Fuck a bad day. I've had a bad 2 years. Why?
Exactly.
Because for most of those 2 years, my wife was in tears. My daughters were in tears. My son was in tears because they all thought I wouldn't make it, especially after supposedly one of the most premier cancer centers, Duke University, Durham, North Carolina, told my wife that the tumor I had was inoperable and to get her and to come home to Indiana and get her affairs in order. Cried the entire damn drive from Durham to Indianapolis or south of Indianapolis. What the fuck do you mean I'm supposed to just say it and get it over with? You know how much it's held in? Do you know how much Jody is held in? Trying to be strong for me? I made her a promise that I'd take her to Chicago next weekend for the HBCU Classic when they granted me the radio rights to broadcast it. I'm selling it to stations that will buy the damn thing.
And here's the thing. When do you hear a black man accomplishing that? And shout out to Mr. Elwood for the $5 hour.
By the power of
I don't know,
Grayskull.
man.
I'll tell you, when me and my son was in between houses for 15 months, I was too beat up and injured before I healed up to work.
Mm-hmm.
Notice, nobody said, we'll take care of your son until you get better.
Nope.
I had a department lie on me, and I had to fight like hell to prove my fucking innocence.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
I was about to take a job back to Iraq. See, this is the
What the
story.
hell? For real?
Y'all don't know these stories. Trust me, I might still take the job if it pays enough. Y'all don't
Mhm.
even know. I
Yeah.
got a son.
It's a
I got a
dangerous
son
time to
to
go over there.
I
Yeah,
got a
people
son to
love
take care of. Trust me, I'm more dangerous than what they can even do.
Facts, big facts.
Mhm.
Sometimes,
Let me reiterate
sometimes,
that. Yeah, you're right.
sometimes you gotta be an even more dangerous man than what danger gives you.
Absolutely right.
Sometimes you gotta go to fuck off. Even when I'm happy, sometimes you gotta go to fuck off. Sometimes you gotta enjoy your life. Sometimes you gotta take out, pull one up, smoke one up, and say, fuck it. I'm gonna drink my liquor, I'm gonna smoke my cigar, and guess what I'm gonna motherfucking do? Hang with my niggas because we made it another motherfucking day.
Wow. Woo!
If there's
Hey, yo,
one word,
Charles.
if there's
When
one
my
word,
father,
Okay.
when my father passed away, right, fellas?
Mhm.
Yo, I went to the funeral, right? And I spoke. Because one person came up there and was always want to shame a black man, which is my father and every other black man that I know in my life. They want to talk about the past. Oh, he was an alcoholic. Oh, he played too much scratch off tickets in this. I said, all of y'all are addicted to something. Y'all probably watch porn. Y'all probably talk about other people. You know what I'm saying? Having frivolous sex or what? Yo, I went clean off. And I was young at the time when my father passed away, right? It was like 4 or 5 years ago when my father passed away. You know, I just celebrated his birthday last Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This past Sunday or whatever. That was hard to me though. But yo, I really had to say them words on that microphone right there, yo, because they was being very, very disrespectful.
Same here.
Sometimes you gotta tell a motherfucker about themselves. Never be afraid to tell the truth. And guess what? If a person is not being rude, I usually hold back. But if they're not holding back, there's no reason I shouldn't wear gloves. I should wear gloves. Gloves, motherfucking off. See,
That's what
and
happened
Jeff
today.
and Jefferson said it right. Not give a damn about them. Woo! See, here's the fact of the matter.
Woo! That's what I did, yo. I went
the
clean
news-
off.
After the news I got last night from Jody about Cheyenne wanting me and Jody to adopt her, Jody mentioned one word that black men want to leave for their children. That 5-letter word is legacy. The 6-letter word is legacy. And after what happened the last couple of times, while I'm waiting for a goddamn call from Circle K that never came, and let me drop this. Charles, you know I used to work in a group home back in 2019 when I lived with Jody in Terre Haute, Indiana. Here's why I'm not there anymore. June 25th was my wedding day. I told these stupid motherfuckers in January of 2019 that June 25th and the week thereafter, I will not be able to work because I'll be on vacation, basically be on my honeymoon. They all congratulated me. Everyone who worked in the house with me knew what was going on. Everybody knew what was going on. They scheduled a house meeting for the day of my wedding, June 25th. It was a Tuesday afternoon. Not only did they schedule me for that house meeting, they scheduled me to fucking work.
How the fuck?
And I told these people, and I put it in writing. I will not be available June 25th or the week thereafter, as I am getting married and I will be on my honeymoon. This bitch. Let me completely say it. This fat ass black bitch said to me, and I quote, "If you're not there, we're going to write you up because there's something important we got to talk about." I hung up the telephone and walked away.
How
away.
the fuck you gonna? If this was prior knowledge, how the fuck you schedule me to work on my day of my wedding? You evil.
That evil bitch scheduled me to
And
work.
let me guess, she was the manager, wasn't she?
Yep.
And people want to say why we need more black women in management. Why do we? Because it seems like every time you get a black woman in management, they'll fuck you over.
And she actually said to me, and I reminded Jody of this, and Jody was so surprised it happened. She was so surprised it happened. She said, tell me the whole thing. I'm telling y'all the whole thing also. I told Jody last night, the day we made our commitment on January 2nd, going back to a question Charles asked some time ago. If you're engaged to get married, would you wait to put a ring on the woman's finger? I believe y'all were talking about Kamala Harris. I believe that was the subject.
We were talking about Kimberly K. Williams.
Ebony K. Williams. Thank you very much.
Ebony K. Williams. I'm sorry, Ebony K. Williams.
It was Ebony K. Williams. You know what? When that question happened, I jumped on and I said, I didn't wait. The night that Jody and I found our rings, I put it on her finger that night, January 2nd, 2019. A week later, we had a discussion and she said, "What day do you want to get married?" And I'm thinking, okay, do I want it on her birthday? No, that's a Friday. Do I want it on my birthday? No, that's a Sunday. And besides those two dates, the first date that came to me was June 25th, my dad's birthday. And he may not be here, but I wanted to honor Dad. And when we made that decision, the next day I went into the office at Rest Care and told him this is what was going on. I'm getting married on the 25th of June. I will not be available that day. And she even said to me, "I assume you won't be available that day because you're getting married." No, I will not be available. I had a curveball thrown to me. And that curveball was the woman who okayed everything left. And I was flapping in the wind. And when I was told that I would be written up because I didn't make a house meeting on the day they scheduled it because I was getting married, I told them, "Fuck you and the motherfucking horse you rode in on," and signed off for the last time and walked off.
See, it goes back into a black man can't have a bad day. Black man can't be happy. Black man can't even be sad and left the fuck alone. I want you to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bay said, Just say okay and walk away. Fuck them. And that's sometimes what you got to do.
I did. I
Just
walked away from ResCare, and then on top of that, I mentioned ResCare because recently, Jody informed me they had an opening in North Vernon. And I said, okay. I applied. They gave me the phone interview. Everything was cool. You were Why did you leave? Told them what happened. You know, they listed me as a non-rehire
wow.
because I
And
fucking got married.
but yet, people think we hate black women, but look how black women repay black men for their service.
That happened. Then the Circle K happened, and today I still didn't get the call from the person at Circle K. I had a horrible day doing Uber Eats, but I had a good day when I got the call, when I got the email from HBCU Go, but Uber Eats didn't work well. And the first and only delivery I attempted today turned out to be a no-show because the goddamn store was closed due to mechanical difficulties. And when I got the email from HBCU Go, I said, fuck it, and went home.
Wow.
I said, fuck it, and I'll go tomorrow because I know Jody's got to do some running around, so I'm going to do some running around. But god damn it, what's a man got to? I put my PayPal. I put my Cash App in the chat. I'm going to put my PayPal in the chat, my Patreon in the chat. I'm going to put all of it out there because I'm putting it all out there. A man needs help getting on his feet to help his goddamn family.
Look, we're going to do something. We're going to do something. I know that I got over 3,000, 3,800. What is it, 35? I forget how many fucking subscribers I got. And it's a goddamn shame I only got like 28 people listening right now. Because YouTube ain't shit. YouTube wants you to do all this shit, scream all this shit, but yet they can't support a nigga, you know, when they're doing live streams and actually educating people. Look, all I'm asking is this. Whatever sport you want to hear about, this is the guy you want to hear from. Snowman. Subscribe to Snowman's channel. He's gonna do some he's gonna do whatever sports you want to talk about, whatever sports trivia show. That's the man you want to contact. Not asking much, but do it. Also, share this show. Like, share, and subscribe. Donate if you feel inclined. Just like I tell people, when AB has the Coliseum, you donate to that man. He ain't got to do it. We're doing God's work by what? Helping with black men's sanity.
Ooh, I needed that.
Just like Bay from Embrace Villainy. We got the 49er show coming up.
I want a piece of that because I want to collab with every football show that I can. And plus, I have a major... I put my PayPal and my Cash App out there, and the simplest of reasons, besides me needing gas to go do Uber Eats tomorrow, I have a major trip coming up. I have a major trip coming up next weekend. And not only for the purpose of doing the game at Soldier Field between Central State and Mississippi Valley State, simply put, I want to spoil my wife with a trip to Chicago. I want to show her off. I want to show her around. God damn it. I made her a promise I'd take her to Chicago and I'd feed her. And next Friday is the 2-year anniversary of my mom's passing. Think I heard from my sister since then?
Hell no. Black men don't have feelings. Black men don't have sympathy. Black men don't have love. Black men don't have empathy. Remember, black men in the eyes of the fucking world are golems.
Are beasts of burden.
Yep. What's up, baby?
What's up, AB? Here's the kick. Here is the kicker. and I didn't tell anyone about this, but Jody told me. I kept this I kept this to myself. I'm letting this out now. Oh, thank you, Embrace. My brain's like fogged up right now, and I'm just completely going off right now, and I'm letting all this out. I'm gonna let more out on Sunday. You know, my sister blamed my wife for me getting cancer.
Huh? Wait, what?
I didn't tell y'all this one. I kept this one to myself for 2 years. Nicole blamed my wife and told her as such that I got cancer because of her. Nicole blamed my wife. You understand me? Nicole flat out told Jody that it's Jody's fault that I got cancer, and I'll give you one guess as to why. If anybody has seen Jody and myself on social media, I'll give you one guess as to why Nicole is blaming Jody for me getting cancer.
Skin color.
Yep.
Shut up.
Ding the fuck, ding the fuck, ding, AB. Ding the fuck, ding.
And you know what the scary part is, Snowman?
What's
Ironically, it may actually be the other way around. I noticed when my uncle got pancreatic cancer, he was dealing with a lot of stress from other BWs. Oops, did I say that out loud?
Exactamundo.
Exactamundo. Exacta fucking mundo.
Remember, like they said, believe all women.
And to think Nicole at first accepted my marriage. She accepted my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
No. Let me correct you on that one. You thought.
Yeah. Good call. Good call.
You thought. I'm going to say it again for the niggas in the back. You thought she accepted your marriage.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're dead on right. And thank you, Mackenzie, for the quick cash app. Much appreciated.
You thought she accepted your marriage. But let me ask you this question. Was your sister ever married?
No.
Was she ever in a relationship with her child's father?
From what I saw, no.
Jealousy's a motherfucker. You goddamn right, All-Star G. She tolerated your marriage.
Good call. Good call. Y'all are right.
Yeah, but yet, shows like this and others, I get shadow banned, but motherfuckers can talk about genocide and get 100,000+ subscribers.
I'm so pissed right now. I know I've worked myself up and I let it out before with Sonya, but I need to let it out again, and I'm going to let it out again on Sunday, despite what people are telling me to do and telling me how to handle it. This is a form of therapy for me.
It is.
This is, in the words of Black Ram 313, it's therapeutic, man.
It really is.
It is. Thank you, Victor. And Victor's right. And Victor, if you can help a snowman out, that will be appreciated. And I'm begging this to any and everybody. I have a trip to Chicago to prepare for, and I want to take my wife with me and show her a good time. I will be in Chicago Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and possibly Monday. I want to do the whole weekend. I want to do my shows from Chicago on Friday, and I got the game on Saturday, and it's possible we are driving back on Monday because she has to be at work on Tuesday. So I'm planning for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and drive back on Monday. I hope that answers your question, All Star.
But see, it goes back to what I said. We're gonna still have fun. We're gonna shit talk and dirty walk. But remember all the stuff that a black man has to do just to have a good time. You want to do Uber Eats, you were ready to work for whoever you said you were going to work for. But look what a black man gets.
Always the end of the stick.
Exactly. But they call us scammers. They call us fucking ne'er-do-wells.
And he's not the only, and the person that referred to me as a scammer, he's not the only one. I've had people recently say to me, "Have I found a job yet?" Since I made the announcement that I've been in,
you are legally handicapped. How the fuck can you find a job?
Because you know what it is, man. I'm gonna keep it real, man. I'm tired of this, right? They would never hear none of this about what the snowman do. He teach us about the Negro League, football, announcers, coaches who I would never knew their name. Yes, I watched the game, but he watched the game. He analyzed this shit. See, what these niggas want, they want you to do a show with some ass and titties, and they teach you that when you watch, man, keep it real. When you watch Fresh and Fit, nigga, people go there for the ass and titties, and they like it because Myron talked to certain women that these niggas will never motherfucking talk to in their everyday life. The manospheres changed the game before Fresh and Fit because some of these dudes never went to their jobs and talked like the way they do. I'm talking about when Angry Man was here, when Charles Faulkner was here, LAR. None of these brothers never heard this before, and they should be pulling out the fucking red carpet. Because some of these niggas is just talking shit, but they still don't talk shit at work or around they females or even they niggas. Some of these niggas is poop putts, man. Don't do the same shit they do on these platforms.
Let me break this down even further, James. You got PhDs from a red pill lens.
Yep. Yes.
You got police officers, broadcast announcers. You know, we just saw Embrace Villainy, who him and his father, if you're a 90s baby and you went to Atlanta, all them tapes you've seen of all your favorite conscious people from the 80s and 90s, you could thank him and his father for it. Mm-hmm. But how much credit, how much admiration does a black man get? How much?
None until you gone, man. None. And then they want to admire you. And then they want to call you a martyr when you're gone. Look what Kevin KS. He was a martyr. Now he a martyr now. Like, look at Tupac. Yeah, they loved him, but shit, his record sold being ever sold on Apple Music, Spotify, and look. But who's gaining the reward off of that though? Mm-hmm. Who's getting the benefit? Not him.
Not him. No.
And to think about it, a black man's not respected until a black man's dead. Didn't Black Lives Matter teach you that?
Right. And
I've always asked a question about that bullshit Black Lives Matter, and AB's heard me pose this question. Do Black Lives actually matter do Black Lives Matter actually care about Black lives? Do Black Lives matter to Black lives according to them?
No, they care about Black lives, just not black men.
Because the women who founded that false ass faction drew a line in the sand when they formed the goddamn thing.
A bunch of Marxist lesbians who put in their fucking manifesto that this is what people forget, years ago in their manifesto, the only thing they see as family is a black woman and their children.
Yeah.
You're right.
They deleted that manifesto, right? They deleted that, Charles, didn't they? After we read it.
Oh, yeah. Of course they did, because it was bad press. This is, BLM, Blood, Lives, Memory. That's it. Mm-hmm. Bay said, this is why I stopped talking about racism. Oh yeah. You know what?
No.
Indigo.
This is what you
It
need to
might.
put on T-shirt, Charles. This is what you need to put on T-shirt. How do all Black lives matter? And then you take out all the black men, and that's half of the black lives.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
Black
That's
Lives
a
Matter.
embrace
T-shirt right there.
villainy.
That's a T-shirt.
Embrace villainy, aka Bay. Said this is why I stopped talking about racism. Niggas just want to complain. They don't mind a foot on their neck, just not so harshly. I've said that for so many years. Niggas
That's a
don't want to
fact.
fucking be free. Niggas just want to suffer less.
Yep.
But you know what?
Yes,
You can be
at the
college
hands
educated.
of the woman. Know what I mean? All these niggas want is some what it's called fucking love and hip hop shit. Ass, titties. If you get a show right now with some ass and titties for these niggas,
And some
man, they'll
drama.
love you, man.
Bro,
And
Right.
is
some
that what you
drama.
That's
looking
all.
for?
And some
And
Is that what
drama.
you
Oh
looking
yeah,
for?
you gotta have the drama in there.
No. If
That's
everybody's
it.
looking
Like,
for
let's
ass
keep
and
it
titties,
real.
no, bro. I'm asking you, does that statement and example you gave apply to you? You looking for ass and titties too?
We flying everywhere, nails
Bro, I'm
flying,
asking you, the
sassiness,
statement
No,
you
talking
he's
cold.
gave,
talking
does that
about.
apply to
Hold
you?
on, hold on,
If you
hold on.
if
He's
they if
talking
everybody
about.
else is ass and titties, are you ass and titties too? And then you could be like, okay, we all equal. We all look for ass and titties. Or you separate for the ass and titties. But then you still search for ass and titties, but you try to make yourself different in that statement. Because you kind of left yourself open with that one. But I'm like, if all men want ass and titties, you a man too. Don't you want ass and titties? So the statement applies to you if it's factual to them.
But you got to remember this one thing. There are always going to be variables when it comes to the exception to the rule. We never make a rule to the exception. And see,
Mhm.
what happens is a lot of dudes I know would simp for lesser women. And we know what a good woman is, a woman who's presentable, a woman who takes care of themselves, takes care of her man, takes care of the kids, takes care of the community. But a lot of these dudes, unfortunately, who vastly outnumber us, that's
Yeah.
all they give a fuck about.
Mhm.
Ass and titties. That's
And
all the
Victor
fuck
just
they care about.
That's a fact.
and
And I'm
Victor
gonna say
just
this
said
right
something.
here, right?
Victor
I
just
never
said
said this before.
something so true.
Okay, I'll
They
wait for it.
care about black lives, just not black fathers, of which I am one. Charles is one. There's some
James is one.
fathers. James is one. There's some
Yo,
That's a
I wish
fact.
I
Thank
could
you.
be one. I wish I could have been one.
Oh
Hell,
wow.
shit, bro. You don't think I want to be a father too? I just
Nah, make
had
sure
to
you
deal
choose
with
carefully
no.
though,
I had
bro.
to deal with the women that y'all didn't want to pick, and them bitches got evil, and then they want to take it out of me because they
Mhm.
wasn't picked by the whoever the hell you was. I don't even know who the hell y'all is, but you know what? They probably pissed off that you ain't picked them, and they
I ain't,
took it out of my ass.
Let
that's
me
a
put it to
fact.
you this way.
That's a
Let
fact.
me put
That's a
it to you this
fact.
way. Even if it's the women that'll pick you, they're gonna still be mad anyway because that's the style. That's
That's
the
it. It
fashion.
is. That is
It's not good to be a sweet, humble lady anymore. It's fashionable to be a bitch.
Let
very.
me ask y'all a quick
And it's
question. You
and
remember when your mama was damn near 50?
it's
She was
quite
a grown ass woman, wasn't she? Your mama was damn near 50. She a grown ass woman, right? Now you
Yeah.
damn near 50. Are you a grown ass man? Does she respect you at all? You notice how she say she 50, she a grown ass woman. You damn near 50, beat all the damn odds. You ain't even grown ass man in your mama's eyes and your family eyes.
Well,
What
But
I
the
I
had to.
don't go out of my way. I don't go out of my way looking for her. Like me personally, like yo, fam. I told my mother I voted for Trump. I went to her house, told her I voted for Trump. Do you know what movie that remind me of? Of In Too Deep, when he was like, I just want to see the whites in her eyes or his eyes at that particular time.
Okay,
Sometimes
damn.
I
I
just,
didn't see how you gonna connect that movie to what you said, but now I see your point. Okay,
you see
damn,
my
that's a good
point?
damn. Yes,
Like
sir.
we
I
been
ain't see
going
how
of
you
our
gonna do it,
way.
but you did it. Good job.
Yeah, I did it. I did it because I seen the vast majority. I seen the progress of what he was doing when I was watching the Angry Man platform when he was on the conservative side. You know what I mean? Because I've been an independent, you know what I mean, man for the majority of my life. But you know what I mean? I voted for Obama, then I seen like he ain't do jack shit. that I wanted to be done. So I was like, you know what? Let me go this route. I did it because I was making more money. I was being more productive at that time. You know what I'm saying? There's more I
Yeah, no,
should
I
have
know what
did,
you
like
exactly saying.
investments.
When Obama said us as black men, he don't even trust us with his daughters. And you know what? He's supposed to make the boys that his daughters could have dated. He's supposed to make that next generation. He's supposed to be, and then that first 4 years, bro, I was like, yo, Obama. And I understand exactly what you said because you
That's a
know what?
fact.
We were black men, and then we know what his history is. So you half white, whatever. You still called nigga. They still gonna call you, treat you like nigga. And then what you do? You shoe sanded, tap dance, and kind of went white boy, and then you went like, well, I'm a half and half. Well, you ain't did the other half that you should have did, but you made sure the
Wow.
white half got taken care of. I know exactly
Well,
what you're talking about. Bro,
Because
fam,
I'm gonna
go
tell you
ahead,
I
what.
was
finish
in a
your
hot
point
It,
because
fam.
you probably gonna make more points. Well, go ahead, finish it.
Yo, fam, what did he do? He did more for the Skittle side than he did for us. Fam, I was there. He gave out the Obama phones and flat screen TVs. That's worth of everything. That's Charles. That's all he did for the black community. It was an
I'm a,
Obama phone
Bro,
and
I'm
you
gonna
know
screen
what it
go.
is?
TVs,
You
bro.
know
You
what it
know
is?
when
Let's keep it
He's supposed to
real.
be the example of a black man, and he gave us Obama phones and free shit. And here you go, niggas. We wait, bro. Ain't you supposed to be example? Nah, y'all niggas. Here's your free Obama phone and your free healthcare. That's exactly what he did. And bro,
Right.
I'm
And he gave the other
100%.
community what? A damn near immunity.
let me put
He
it to
gave
you
the
this way,
Skittle
right?
immunity to do
Let
whatever.
me let me let me put it to you this way, folks. Bay just said black people were staunch Republicans until LBJ gave black women welfare and food stamps.
Yep.
You know what's funny? Y'all don't mind if I go a little religious, do you?
Go.
Nah, go ahead, bro.
Man, go ahead. I don't give a damn if you bring up a guy that we forgot about. Go ahead. Do what you got to
I'm
do.
gonna go a little religious. You might have heard of this person called Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
What did he say at his Last Supper
Y'all
to his
bastards gonna kill
disciples?
me.
He said,
Somebody
"One of
from
you,
amongst you is going to betray me.
say it louder with your chest out, nigga."
He said, and this is after they broke bread. He blessed the bread and blessed the wine. He said, "One of you is going to betray me in due time." And everybody was looking at each other, and then of course Simon asked, "Is it me?" He just looked at him and said,
Is it me,
"Simon."
Lord?
He said,
That's a
"No, but
fact.
you will deny me 3 times before the rooster crows."
Mm-hmm.
I want
Charles,
you to think.
I'm not.
I want go.
Go ahead,
I
sir.
want you to
Finish your
think
point.
about this. I want you to think about this because I'm gonna break it down. Hold your thought, Namer,
All right.
because you got next.
I'll
I
put
want you to
myself on
think
mute.
about this. I want you to think about this, right? What you just said. He broke bread. One of the most sacred things men, two men, multiple men can do is break bread. Do y'all agree?
Wow, that hit me. Now I
Yes.
understand it.
Yes.
Wow, I done
Namer,
broke.
you got next.
Wow.
So I'm gonna let you speak on this, but
Yes,
I
I
But
agree with
agree.
your
before,
statement, and Charles
before,
noticed it.
before he even got to it, they broke bread, which is traditionally through all masculine cultures. The Zulu, the samurai, the knights, Templar, the warriors of the Persians, the
Among the
Native Americans, the
Polynesians, they do so
Polynesians,
through coconut milk, though. What
the
they do is
Polynesians. Every time there was a symbolism of breaking bread, which is which you put your weapons in the ground, or you. That's where we get the salute, where you raise your visor and expose yourself.
Even in
You
World
put the
War II,
salute so you don't hold on. You put the salute so you show that you're unarmed. You come in peace. You break bread. You're most vulnerable sitting down, eating.
hmm
And then he had to say, one of you is going to betray me. The motherfucker I allow to be vulnerable with is going to betray me. And what's the cold gangster move Jesus pulled when he went to Judas? One of the most gangster moves ever. He kissed him and said, "Do what need to be done."
Woo!
Don't forget, it was. Don't forget, it was that Thursday night, early Friday morning at the Passion, when Judas brought the guards with him. They said, "Identify him for us." And so he said, "Peace be upon you, teacher." And he kissed him on the cheek. And he looked at him and said, "You betray me." That's why they call it the Judas kiss.
Look what.
That's a
See,
fact.
a lot of you Godfathers. I know it was you, Fredo.
Oh my
Kiss of
lord.
death.
Y'all is walking with the tongues of truth.
But they,
I'm just shutting up and
But
shut.
understand.
Don't forget.
But understand.
Don't forget.
Leeching up
One day, I'm gonna do a play-by-play of Godfather 1 and 2.
break it all the way down to the last compound, though. You understand? I know you're going to. I already know. But
Because
nobody
number
don't know
one-
this about Jesus too, though.
But
Jesus
number one-
actually washed the disciples' feet too. He used to clean their feet and tell them
But-
about what they're gonna do already. What about
But
that?
guess
Out
what?
of humility.
I'm gonna go even deep.
Charles,
I'm gonna
if
go
you
even deeper
do
than
the Godfather Part 1 and 2. You gotta give me a 2-week head notice so I get enough liquor to get through it, or I'll be breaking the law.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna break it.
Like when he sold, but
Go ahead.
you can
I'm
still
gonna go
say
ahead and
in my
step out of
state
the
it
way.
ain't
Hey,
legal.
hey,
In your
babe.
state it might be.
I'm
I don't
gonna need
know.
you to. I'm
But
gonna need you to help me set up Patreon because I want to do a Patreon view of that shit and break it the fuck down.
yeah,
Because
how
I'm
about
gonna tell you
this?
something, Ruddy. I'm gonna fuck everybody's heads up with this.
Go ahead,
The
sir.
story of Jesus is the story of black men.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, yo, how you
How
figure?
many times a black man kissed a black woman and said, "Do
Hey,
what
he
you gotta
came from
do"?
Africa. He has some black in him. Go ahead, Charles. He told the
Exactly.
truth. Go ahead.
How many? Hell, before the council and the side, everybody in the world believed Jesus was born in a cave in Ethiopia.
Big facts.
So I'm gonna tell you, how many times did a black man kiss a black woman and said, "Do what you need to do"?
Oh,
I've done
Charles,
So many
that cave
times.
reference. How many times a black boy been born in a black woman's cave, and that motherfucker came out? He supposed to be like Jesus.
Yep. How many times you heard when Dr. T.S.on Johnson played Terrence Crawford's his biography, his
Or
interview,
documentary.
and his father said this gonna be $1 million baby, but his mother said he ain't gonna be shit.
That was also to express her contempt
And Mama
of his
could
father.
enjoy the $1 million,
resentment.
but she made sure her son wasn't shit. That's why she
I
didn't
want
enjoy
to
the $1
tell
million.
you, Jesus, like black men, could not even escape the contempt from their own members of their family.
Been there.
The
Black men
Nazarene.
dying like you serious, Charles? One thing you said, Jesus died for their sins. Ain't black men dying for their sins just like Jesus? Well,
Black men, let me
ain't
tell you
going to
the only
heaven for
difference
it.
between, I'm going to
You
break
right,
this down
Charles.
even further. I'm going to break this down even further for you. Jesus died for the sins of the world. Black men died because the women have sinned.
We're made to be the sacrificial lamb.
We're the sacrificial
Y'all.
lamb, but we don't get any of the deification.
Charles, I had to set
Hold
you
on,
up.
yo, say that
God, you
again.
said it, bro. Charles, repeat that because I had to set you up.
Jesus
You told
died
the
for the
truth.
sins of the world, but black men died for the sins of black women.
They died because the black
Black
women
men
had
are basic.
sinned.
Yeah, but think of it this way: black men have been the sacrificial lamb from the get-go. Oh,
We
Freeway
literally,
Ricky said it best. He said black people were made the sacrificial lambs for the Cold War.
yep.
The crack epidemic. Anybody?
The conscious.
Wow.
Look at
You know what?
anybody check out Cocaine Cowboy? Cocaine
Oh
Cowboy.
yeah,
No,
I
ain't he
seen all
dead
them
off
shits.
cocaine? But he dead, right? He died off
But
cocaine.
I need somebody to break that shit. Yo, like I watched it, but like y'all watch Cocaine. Like y'all watched it.
No, I didn't. I watched it like you did.
Like I
I
just
saw a
watched it like a
motherfucker die off
regular.
cocaine and said, "Damn, you could have did better for your life if you would just kept
Hold
your
up,
cocaine
LaShawn. Hold
habit."
up, LaShawn. Pause for a minute. Hold up.
No, sorry.
No,
It's just you said
heard,
cocaine cowboy. It just
yeah,
I
I know,
remember.
but let me break it down.
Go
Understand.
ahead, sir. Your floor.
Understand something, folks. Like what I said about Cocaine Cowboy. That documentary had a reason for it, but then again, y'all forget. Let's take it back to the movie Scarface. Hell, let's take it back to the show Miami Vice.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, but before the '80s, was known just as a retirement spot for old folks and shit. South Florida in general was just a retirement spot for old folks. West Palm Beach, Orlando, places like that, Tampa even. But once cocaine came in, that's how Miami became so huge and shit. It's a result of all that cocaine money.
It's like
Even BGS broke it down. BGS even broke it down about that. Cocaine was so prevalent and the sales was just so out of control. This is why you saw a lot of big time lavish shit going on throughout Miami because
Remember,
the cocaine sales was fueling the economy. That's why real estate was going up and everything. I mean,
Big facts. The car
if you think I'm
dealerships,
lying,
the casinos, the jewelry stores, the resorts, the
Man, there were no
condominiums.
casinos. No, there were no
Well,
casinos. That's
the
Jersey.
jewelry
That's
stores
Jersey.
was popping. The jewelry stores, the fashion industry. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what? Yeah.
You
I
know
hear what
what?
you're saying, but you know
I
what?
remember that part.
Florida's goddamn real estate
Hold up.
is off the
Hold up.
cocaine. The Escobar shit.
hold on. One at a time.
LaShawn,
He's
come on,
right.
man.
You right, sir. You right. Sir,
LaShawn.
I'm giving you time.
LJ, hold up.
You right about what you're saying. That's all. I'm just
We're
agreeing
gonna
with
give
you.
it to. We're gonna give
I'm
it
putting,
to
I'm putting
Namer.
myself on mute. I just had to agree with him.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give it to Namer. Then LaShawn got after Namer.
Let me go
Yeah, I
ahead
like
and
this
step out of
motherfucker.
the way. Let me go ahead and step out of the way. I just want to say thank you to Charles and the panel for letting me let some of the steam out tonight. Charles and I are gonna do a team up on Sunday, and I'm gonna let it all out. But y'all just got a taste of what I've held in for almost 3 years.
All right.
3 years. So let me step out of the way.
Get you some rest, man.
Thank you.
Get you some rest, and plus I gotta get you those knee braces because lately you've been going, oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg.
Braces. I need those knee braces.
Yeah. Oh my leg, oh my leg, oh my leg. But anyway,
bro. Same here, bro.
On my shoulders in this case because of what I let off today.
Mm-hmm.
I leave you men with this. I leave you men with this.
Let's go.
Use my example of what I did and said today, and don't ever feel like the entire world is just on your shoulders. If you gotta let it out, let it out. Just
Namer, is your shoulders lighter because you spoke with men that understand, and you finally got to blow it off?
Right.
Are your shoulders lighter? As long as
my
we were able
shoulders
to let your shoulders be lighter and you could move on and get that many more days, we gladly be your friends and let you blow off steam. And we ain't got no problems.
Well, actually, that's
we
actually
ain't got no
strong,
problems.
actually. I'm over
It
here.
ain't personal. You just blowing off steam. You ain't attacking us. You just attacking the damn shit you gotta deal with. That's all
and
it
I
is.
said that to my daughter, and I'm gonna say it to my wife. It's not a personal attack. I'm just pissed off and frustrated about the entire situation where a black man can't get any help from the goddamn state, even though I am permanently disabled, part one, and part two, I am officially handicapped.
And your family telling you put your bootstraps on and walk your ass out that wheelchair and get some money for her.
That's crazy.
That's what it is. That's the thing you want to blow off, and we gladly take it because, bro, it ain't aiming at us. It's just you frustrated because you ain't got no help. You ain't got no support. You ain't even got family. And the people you think is family that you gave like she gave birth to, but you the reason why she gave birth to, they ain't even freaking family. They still expect you to walk, go back to work,
You know, the
and
people
you feel
that
like shit
supported
because
me.
you can't walk and go
I'm gonna,
back to work.
besides you guys, I'm gonna give you the names of the people that have supported me: Jody, Sonia, Dakota, and Cheyenne. And I said, besides you guys and the folks in the chat, the persons I just named, my family, my immediate family, and the ones that have been there for me throughout this entire ordeal. Or the best word I
Those
could
all
use,
sound like the good
honestly.
women in your family that
Mhm.
treat you with respect. And remember, when they
I'm gonna
fail,
say,
you were right there when you were able. Now you ain't able. They're gonna be right there for you, sir.
I'm gonna tell you
You
the
did a
same
good damn
thing.
job, and I'm glad you got that many women that got your back, and they're your own family. They ain't gonna stab you in the back. What
No,
about the
I'm gonna
rest of
tell
the
you.
family? You
they're not
know,
gonna stab.
it happens.
I'm gonna tell you the
You got
same
family
thing.
support, bro. You earned
I'm gonna
that.
tell you the same
Walk it.
thing I learned years ago before you go, Snowman. And I want somebody to put this in the chat, please. God gave you family. Thank God you get to pick your friends. Woo!
Yeah. Can you throw
You
my?
can choose your friends. You can't choose your relatives.
Wow.
Can you
Actually,
throw
the saying is, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your relatives.
Snowman, you made us all your friends. You see how we are
Wow.
acting like family? You see,
All right.
you replaced the family that don't love you, but you got family that does. Just you know what? You got family and good friends.
All right.
I appreciate
We
y'all.
don't care if you can't walk.
That's a
You
fact.
still respect the man
Do
that
you know the
stand on your
greatest? Do you
shoulder.
know some of the greatest conversations in life that I ever had was talking to Charles Faulkner, going on panels back in the day with Angry Man, or even
Mm-hmm.
being on a bus and seeing an old school gentleman with his legs crossed and folding a newspaper accurately.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I had there's a book in my hand called The Four Little Daughters. Know what I'm saying? I got it right
I
here
think I read that
somewhere.
story.
Damn.
He
All right.
broke.
I need to
He
buy that
broke.
book. I need to buy
This
that book.
guy had the old school headphones on. I'm talking about old school. I probably wasn't even born yet, and them shit still work, right? I don't mean to be cussing, right? He
That's
broke
cool.
the book all the way down, and plus told me that there was a movie out about this particular gentleman.
Was he still working with the
Them some of the
Apple?
most
The first Apple thing where you had that little thing,
conversations I ever
circular
had.
thing. You hit the button, and you had the headphones on with the little speaker, and it was all fuzzy and stuff. It was a
Yeah,
cute ass
bro,
mic.
the white
Yeah, I know
shit,
what you
the
got.
white joint, the
Yo,
white
bro,
joint.
I'm feeling what you say. I was wondering. I was like, he's describing a bastard. They got that old Apple damn device that he still downloads because he
Yo,
got
he
some app
that's a
and stuff.
fact.
He's
That's a
still working that
figgity
damn
fact.
thing with them damn
Every time I
foamy
see this,
ass
I ain't seen this
microphones
dude in years,
with that
but I
plug in.
remember our
I know he
conversation.
talks
Like
crap.
I remember
All
his
right.
conversation more than I remember even my own family members who I don't give a fuck about conversations, bro. Like he broke the whole book down to me, like, and you need to watch the movie, right?
Shit.
And like in the book, right? He like a good yo, he grew up poor. He grew up in a fucked up ass apartment. You know what I'm saying? His wife passed away, got 4 daughters, but he made the way. He was in the army. Well, he actually was a arcsmith, like a sniper rifle, whatever that shit called in the army. Charles Faulkner know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Sniper?
He was a sniper
In a
and
movie
he had
called
4
Genius.
kids.
In a movie
That's what he
called
was.
Genius and some old school shit. Some shit like that. Some crazy shit. Like him and his
He
Yo,
homeboy
just
dude,
had
I
his
was
4
trying to
kids
get
by shot people in the
his
head as a
newspaper
sniper
route
in the
like out.
military. Yeah, I
Yo,
know
Hold
what
on,
son.
movie
one
you
at a
talking about.
time.
Son.
One at a
Yeah, that's
time,
that
Tell
movie.
me
fellas.
Yeah.
I'm lying though. I know I ain't lying.
Yeah.
One at a time. One at a
Let me
time,
get
fellas.
let me get on out of here. Thank you guys.
All
Thank
right.
you so
Night,
much.
All right,
night.
Snowman. Now back to Namer because I know we skipped your ass.
It's cool. Motherfucker. Well, it's Friday night. Motherfuckers all hyped in a motherfucker.
Hold on.
You just think they all turn into like little baby Johnny Kemps all of a sudden because they acting like they just got paid as shit. Y'all remember that
You know
joint?
what?
Just got paid Friday night.
I just got paid and I got no money to burn. Oh yeah. Oh, trust
No,
me. I
not
like to
that
go
one.
to the. I like to go to
I
the
said Johnny
disco, man.
Kemp.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I
Johnny
like to
Kemp. You know,
go.
good. Thank
I
you,
like
Teddy
to go
Riley,
to
for that
the.
one.
I like to get to the give it up, yeah, Friday night.
Go ahead, but
All
Go
right,
ahead,
but
Namer.
you know, Yeah, but we were like 5 when that song came out for real. I was 8 or
Oh, I
7.
don't know,
We were
man.
like 5-year-olds at
Damn,
the time. We were kindergartners.
If you
damn,
remember
damn.
that
I
five,
probably
I'm
wasn't
showing
even.
my
that
age.
song was
Yup,
fire.
yup,
If you
yup. Me
remember
too.
that
Me too.
five,
Me
that
too. But I
song is
never heard
fire.
that song
Period.
before. I never heard that
All
song.
right. Anyway. Like I said earlier about the whole thing about cocaine and everything in Florida. Think about it. A lot of us got reintroduced to that history through video gaming. What the hell you think GTA Vice City was about? That's based on
Right,
Miami. That was
bro.
based on Miami Vice, based on Scarface,
I
all of
love
that
that
shit.
game. I love the Scarface game for the PlayStation
GTA.
2.
Oh, San
GTA,
Andreas, bruh. You
San
100.
Andreas, that was based on West Coast hip hop from the '90s.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That
see,
was
I ain't know
Boys in
that.
the
I
Hood
ain't
and
know that.
shit. I mean, no, that was West Coast shit. Cause look at the cop uniforms.
I hate that
That's that
fat ass
LAPD
baller
shit.
mission when that nigga can't shoot the niggas off the goddamn train. You sit there riding a dirt bike. This motherfucker can't shoot worth of shit. He got 12 guns. That motherfucker missed every damn shot.
No,
I
Man,
but
hated
look at
that
the
but
mission.
when it was
And
raining
Gajodo,
and
that damn
hey
everything.
remote
yo, you
control shit.
remember?
There were two
You
missions
remember when
I
Go?
hated in San Andreas, bro.
Oh shit, I used to like that shit because I never played it, and my homeboy had it at his new house. Yo, I went to his new house. Where you
What you
remember when
talking
they
PS2?
had the stand up, the fucking stand up big screen TV back in the
Mm-hmm.
day. Now I'm telling my age. Yo, he bought the new house in the suburbs, stand up TV. Yo, that nigga's playing San Andreas. I thought that shit was everything. Like this
What
seeing
year
it.
was this? What year was this?
Man, damn. Not the
We're talking
90s,
PlayStation 2, right?
maybe the beginning of the 2000s.
Oh, this was PS2. Wait, no, wait.
Yeah, your
GTA
PS2.
4. Wait,
PS2 had fire ass games.
San Andreas didn't come out until like what? 04, 03, 04. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yo, now I'm telling my age. Hint, 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 hint.
yeah, we all grown. What up? We all grown up in here.
Nah,
We all
yo, it's
grown.
all good, but but like you were saying, you know what I'm saying? See, you gotta give Gazota Blanco her credit because she was 12 years old, yo, when
Bellezza.
she committed her first crime. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen her
Uh-huh.
documentary solo, and her son is actually named Michael Corleone. Her son. Her son actually did the like he don't even do interviews, bro. I don't know. Matter of fact, it's on Tubi. It's on Tubi. I forgot the name of it, but he actually had a one-on-one interview. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yo.
Yo,
Finally,
hold on, hold on,
Tubi
hold on,
put
hold on.
out a good interview. Finally, they put
James,
out a good
James,
interview.
James. Look at
Yo, what up?
Detroit's. Look at Detroit's comment. All you had to
I ain't
do
even
was
reading this
follow that
shit.
goddamn train, CJ. But
That's
anyway,
crazy.
we
Shout
just
out
That's
to
connected
crazy.
the
That's
GTA
what's
dots.
up.
San Andreas comment, bro. I
Hmm.
laughed so hard I disconnected, bro, because I knew exactly. Like everybody knows that game. Everybody,
Yo,
you,
CJ was a
bro,
beast.
if
Everything
you
is
had
an
And
half
that's a
a
homage
real
to
house or
person.
whatever the hell
And
everything.
that's
you
a
had,
real
you
person.
traded to play that game
Hmm.
because that was a
Uh-huh.
PS2
Two.
exclusive
PS2.
until they spread it around. Man, that game was
There's a PS3
man, that
version
was
of it, but the
open
thing was,
world. Man, that
hold
was
up,
a
hold up.
beautiful game.
Yeah,
That's
it was. Let
bro,
me tell you
sir.
something. Let me
Go
tell you
ahead,
something.
sir.
Regarding the PS, if you guys right, was it earlier this year or was it last year? They put out the remastered version of the trilogy that was GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas for the PS4 and the PS5. That shit was just
What?
that.
Get out of
No, they
town.
did. But
For real?
hold up. But here's the thing: they fucked up on they when they remastered that shit. They did so in such a way that was kind of on the cheap,
Oh,
and the reviews were harsh. They canned that fuck out that trilogy
I'm gonna
for
ask
the
you something.
PS4,
I'm gonna ask
PS5.
you something. As a person that played the original, and I didn't
Uh
play the
huh.
original or the remake,
Hmm.
and you did both original and remake,
Hmm.
do you wish, or let me, no. Before I ask you, do you wish, did they, when they did the remake, did they honor the original work and improved it, or did they kind of splash the original work, and did they want to do a new thing because they had the license to produce the game?
Rockstar Games, who are the owners and the creators of the GTA series, they kind of what they did was they just kind of upped the graphics a bit, but it still but all they did was just like lighten, just like kind of like sharpen the images here or there. It's like a touch up, but the gameplay is the same. But a lot of
So
people would say like,
basically,
if they
so
were going to
basically,
remaster it, they should have improved. They should have upgraded the graphics and everything to it. You know,
okay.
but it
What
was
I'm
still
asking you this,
blockchain like back in the day, so
the
they kind of
reason I'm
can't get that
asking
right.
you this, the reason I'm
Hmm.
asking you this, you played the original. I have not played the original. You love the hell out of the original. It was not even graphically close to what the remake is. But the only thing they did was make it graphically better,
They
and
enhanced the
they didn't
graphics, but
improve
the
on it.
gameplay is just.
But you
But the
paid
gameplay
how
is.
much? How much did you
I didn't.
pay to play the game
I didn't
again
touch it.
after you grew up playing the game?
Uh-huh.
Did you play a demo? It was dissatisfied because you actually talking from like you actually played something. So you didn't buy the
I
game, but you definitely played the demo. So
I
I'm
played.
asking you,
Yeah. Okay.
you talking from gaming experience now.
Uh-huh.
That's what you speaking, and you must have touched it some way. So if you ain't bought the game, you had to touch the demo while it was free. You wouldn't
I
even like it how
touched.
they were going in direction.
I
Is that
touched.
correct?
I touched. This is back in like '03. One of my dudes got a PS2. Most of us had PS1s at the time, and he had a copy of Vice City and San Andreas. No, actually, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. And we all tried
Huh?
that a little bit here and there. And we were watching each other, just taking turns playing that shit. So my experience is a little bit like that. But my favorite thing was
Hey,
just like
hey, that's a good experience. That's a good experience.
but my favorite
Somebody had
experience
that
was
damn hot game, and you were able to be at your best friend's house, and all y'all took a turn, and y'all made your
That's a
decision.
fact. That's
And
a
hell, it's
fact.
my
Vice
turn.
City.
It's my turn.
Vice City
And
is
you know
my
what,
favorite. Matter of fact,
man?
I go so far. I will go so far and say a great argument would be Vice City and Scarface. And I
No,
will debate
San
that I
Andreas.
love Scarface.
San
I
Andreas
love
was Scarface.
Scarface video game more than I like their motherfucking Vice City. That's my humble opinion on a P2.
No, no,
That's
no.
my humble opinion.
Now,
And
can I ask you a quick
they need
question?
Scarface for a
Scarface?
P5.
Can I ask you a quick question? Is San Andreas more closer to Scarface than Vice City is?
no
Because
Vice City. No Vice City is
Vice
Scarface. Because
San
Vice
Andreas,
City is
San
crazy,
Andreas,
bro.
that was
Vice
the same
San
City.
shit
Andreas kind of
Scarface
bugged
did.
me though.
Hold on. What
That
I
that's
shit
all.
say
That's
kind
now,
of
not.
Vice.
bugged.
Hold on.
I'm just
Vice
asking
City.
as a gamer,
Vice
just a
City is
gamer's
damn
opinion,
near.
no personal
Hold
thing. I
on.
think
Hold
that's all.
on. I'm gonna
I put
answer your
myself on
question.
mute.
Hold on. Vice
Please.
City is damn near point for Scarface.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because we know that was the early '80s. All they had to do was play the song, push it to the limits, and they had it in
Oh
the car
yeah.
anyway.
Okay, I admit, I'll submit to that.
But
But
Vice,
isn't
San
San
Andreas
Andreas
was
a black
basically
man's Scarface? Is
San
that a black
Andreas
man's
was
versus Scarface?
San Andreas was Boys in the Hood and Menace to
Hmm.
Society.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I
that's
was
our
trying to get at.
Scarface.
With
That was
NWA,
the
because look at the
Scarface at
crew.
the time, wasn't it?
No, because we're talking about Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. That's early '90s. That's where San Andreas is basically um the whole North and Southern Cali and Nevada and Las Vegas. That whole trilogy, along with Arizona, during the early '90s. Back when when gang violence was just really hard. This is back when you had not just Boys in the Hood, not just Menace to Society. You also had a movie called Colors, which is about
Yep.
Christian Bloods and everything. Because remember,
It's all
the
facts.
opposing teams was green and purple. That's based on Christian Bloods and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that, but who's Beyonce's husband? I swear to God, that bastard was born around the same time I was.
What the fuck has that
How
got
rich
to do with
he is.
anything? You've
It
been
got
drinking?
everything to do with
You
it. No,
have?
no, no. Hold on, Tell me. Now you gave me every example. Now I bring up Beyonce's husband. He grew up just as broke as our asses is. What's the difference?
Huh?
Now, how does that matter? But you gave me every example beforehand. That's why I let you go ahead and say it. Now, don't be sitting there. I asked you one question. You gave me 12 examples. I just
Uh-huh.
asked you one question. So why you all woke up and then now you want to be triggered?
What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying. When I asked you who Beyonce is married to, you kind of acted like what I said. It don't matter, cause damn it,
What does that
Beyonce
have
is
to do
married
with?
to
I'm
who?
confused by what your
And
question
hey, no,
was.
no, no, no. Look, Beyonce can live it, but who her husband is,
Wait a minute. Wait a
he don't
minute.
have to answer to
Pause.
it.
Pause.
You see the
Pause.
difference?
Pause.
That's what I'm saying. Now
Pause.
you
Nah, come
saying
on,
one
man. You gotta
is
chill,
Wait a
bro.
minute.
Fam found his
no,
voice.
I'm not. No,
Fam
no,
been
no,
hot
no.
all night.
Time out. I just asked one question. He done
Fam
gave us
been
that
Gucci.
12 examples. No, time out. I gave one
Wait a minute.
question and I left it
What's
open.
the one question?
And y'all is acting like I'm jumping on him. But he gave
Nah,
12
you
examples
good.
to where
You
we ain't
good, bro.
shit. No, I'm just don't be correcting me. I just asked a question and left the floor, and I was about to put myself on
Man,
mute.
I
Charles, I'm
just went
I
to
confused.
the
just
What are
wanted
you
to
doing?
ask
bathroom,
What
the
you talking
came
question.
back,
about?
and here we
Since
go.
he giving the examples, how does that example apply to him? And he supposed to be like Beyonce got Jay-Z. That's all I'm
Beyonce got
saying.
what?
Hold on. Let's
I've
not make
got
any
no clue what he's
arguments.
saying.
I don't know
It's
neither.
no arguments. It's just Friday
Yeah,
night,
because
fellas.
Beyonce don't date you. You're not Jay Z, but you're talking like Jay Z. That's the problem. Quit talking like Jay Z, and you ain't even getting Beyonce.
Why y'all hate
How the
Jay
hell you
Z?
gonna?
What's
No,
wrong with
stop,
Jay Z?
stop, stop. Listen, we all getting treated like shit. We don't need
That's
other
a fact.
motherfuckers being treated. Look, please, listen.
Go.
We
Okay.
don't need other niggas being treated like shit, talking to us like shit, because they think they want to be a better nigga just to prove to the bitch that think he's shit in the first place. We gotta quit
Mm.
this shit. Now, see, that was a tester, and y'all failed it, cause
How?
y'all went quick because you got triggered quick. You didn't even ask me what the fuck I meant. Y'all already called me a
Hold
piece of
on.
shit
I
before
went
you
to
asked
the
me what I meant.
bathroom and came
No,
back.
no,
We was
no,
talking
no.
about some
That
good
was a
shit.
test. No. You fucked
All
up
right,
with
I'm
the
about to
bear
chill.
trap, and now you mad. You fell into a bear trap, and now let me go. Well,
Hey
I
James, I
asked you
got
why
this.
you fell in that bear
James, I
trap,
got
bro.
this.
I didn't even set you up. I just
LaShawn,
applied, and you.
LaShawn, LaShawn. Here's the thing. Simply asked you, what does that got to do with it? My question is, what was the relevance? I
You know
wasn't
what? The
triggered.
funny thing is, I asked you the same damn question. Now you asking me
What
the
was it?
same damn question, and you looking at me stupid. What is your relevance to what you said?
Well,
Ain't that
yeah,
same
because I was
question
talking
you
about one
repeating
thing.
back to me? But no. That was a test. You realize I asked you the same question. Now you attacking me with the same question I asked you, but you can't defend the question. But now you're gonna turn it back on me. It was a test.
Why were you
Look,
testing?
bruh, I was just seeing if you were really about what you said, or if you were just talking shit and you failed the test.
Okay. All right.
Yo, what the hell just happened? I
Oh,
leave for 2 minutes.
Leave him be. LaShawn be. This is how LaShawn
So
operate. You know, this
I'm
is
back.
I
LaShawn.
feel like he doing a good job
Sir,
down, like he found
sir,
his voice
you
right
did a
now.
whole
Fam
diatribe
found
about
his
an
voice right now.
example.
Fam
Then
was
when I
talking that
asked
shit
you,
tonight.
no, stop, everybody. If y'all gonna call me shit, let me explain this. He done did a whole
No, I
diatribe.
said
Then when
Fam was
I
talking
asked
that
him,
shit
no,
tonight.
time out, sir.
Go
I'm gonna be
ahead,
a
go
piece of
ahead.
shit.
By the power of Grayskull.
Now, yeah, I'm about to He-Man y'all asses. Now, y'all trying to prove shit. I don't have nothing to prove. Why you questioning me? But you
LaShawn, stop.
matter because I asked you a question about what you stand
LaShawn,
for, and you've been speaking for.
stop. LaShawn, it's the host. Stop. Be respectful to the host.
Now I asked you for clarity. Now the pack then jumped on my ass, and now you muting me up. I just asked you a question for clarity,
Because number
and now I'm a
one,
nigga. Go ahead.
uh,
I'll put
uh,
myself on mute.
no, because I'm the host and I'm telling you to stop because it's just building confusion. We're changing the subject now. Unless you want me to end, motherfucker.
Hey Charles. You ain't gonna believe what happened to me today. If you want to hear what I did this morning. Okay, like remember earlier the other stream we had, I told you I had to go somewhere because early in the morning over here. Well, I got to where I got to because I had to go to a local electronics chain to get some things repaired. While I was there, I met this young lady who worked there. 5'7", kind of light skin. Apparently, she mixed race, and mom's East African, Kenyan, dad's Norwegian, but she's about 21. I'm about to be 41. I'm just thinking like Patrice, delicious. But what intrigued me to her was,
Fucking delicious.
Of course you gotta say delicious. So such you saw, she was kind of cute, but it's like an adjustable 7. But I had to be just say delicious. But apparently, I asked her like, "Can you fight?" And she admitted to me that she wrestled in high school. And immediately I was like, freestyle or Greco-Roman? And she said, no, the girls is freestyle. For the boys, they can do Greco-Roman. And that's when we started having this conversation about wrestling and this. And I'm like,
and shout out to Jules for the $10 holla.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned you because I said, yeah, I got a buddy who boxes and wrestles. You know, he's really deep in the wrestling, amateur wrestling. But I had to tease her a little bit because I'm like, where your cauliflower ears? Because she told me that when they trained, they didn't have headsets, they didn't wear the headgear, they just had the shoes and the singlets.
That's not a good idea.
That means she
This
was
is the
good.
2000s.
That means she was good. That means she stayed off the headlocks.
Yeah, it stayed out of the headlocks and everything, but she gave it up, with a knee injury, and she just like went through college and everything. But we just like chop it up, talking about that stuff, and we kind of hit it off. But I'm not looking too much into it. But the fact that I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun just talking with people, because
younger women, it can be a delight. They can be a little naive. They could also be a little bit more clever than you think too. But they're also they have a lot of good energy. That's why I think
it was a lot of good energy because like I said, she's mixed and everything. But the fact that both of us are from East Africa, and her mom's Kenyan, I'm Eritrean. We hit it off. We got to know each other, and she seems pretty nice, real kind-hearted soul. But I had to bust her ass about her lack of a cauliflower ears. Like, oh, you must have been good or something, but you didn't have no headgear. But it was kind of fun. Just
Hey yo fam. I'm gonna say this now, right? I never said this publicly, right? Never. I used to have pushback on that statement, like being 41 and talking to a 21-year-old, right? So let's just have a conversation, right? As I grew older,
that's why.
And
she was
hold on, nah. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the simple fact of the age difference. That's all. I don't care about none of that extra stuff, right? Childish know me, right? Cool, right? And I talked about this before, right? I told y'all certain things that happen, certain situations and everything like that. I rather for my daughter to mess with an older man than mess with a younger man, because on the past experiences that another gentleman that was on here talking about certain situations that I don't want to talk about. I rather for my daughter to be with an older gentleman of the experiences. You know what I'm saying? And that they could take care of that individual instead of messing with some fucking hood booger. Now, I know that certain things can happen from any ages, right? I read it for my daughter, but it took me years to come to this revelation, though. Years of personal experiences that I had going on with my daughter.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, like, the best thing about...
I never said that publicly, bro. Never.
Yeah, the best thing about...
No, you're right.
Hold on, Jules, you got the floor.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad.
Dealing with a younger woman as an older man is that all the things you could have done or wanted to do when you were younger, you can do. I mean, that's saying you got your life right. Right? Because I remember being like 25, doing struggle dates, going to dive bars and shit like that. And then we're going to get on public transit. There's going to be somebody pissing on the subway, scrambling up for taxi cash, all that type of shit. Now it is, we go out, we have a nice night, lovely dinner. I'll pick her up or I'll send the Uber black, we're going to a nice show. good seats, good drinks. You know, she's not gonna get like wasted. She knows that she's there with me. I know the people. You know, I'm gonna send her home light as a feather. She's gonna have a good time. You know, maybe in the morning, maybe in the evening. But it's you're able to do the things that you want to do, and you can have a nice person who's pretty and charming and light and airy, and she doesn't have a lot of baggage. And so you can just have a great time with them and show them a little bit of something that they wish they could do with someone their own age. But if they're in undergrad or just out of college, they can't afford that shit. They are struggling, four people to a 2-bedroom apartment or a house, and they are living on top of each other. I give them a little break from that.
Yeah. The thing is, like what James Keel was talking about, that's what I was trying to get at. I was like, just busting the chops a little bit, but like James Keel was saying, basically, when you got a younger woman on your hands, you get to school her about what's really real. I mean, if y'all remember Orange Juice Jones, that song, The Rain, at the end, like when he was breaking up with the chick and he said, about explaining to her that she was still young and she still got plenty to learn. And all he had to have for her was advice. And she had to learn a hard lesson why you don't cheat on your dude like that.
That's the whole fact.
I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you
Go ahead.
sit without everybody singing that song. I saw you.
Saw you walking in the rain. You were holding hands and I never could stand.
Hey yo, let me even go further. Hey yo, let me even go further than that, right? I'm an anxious ass nigga on these platforms, right? I'm an anxious ass nigga in my personal life, right? I'm an anxious ass nigga, right? Hey yo, that's a fact though, for my brother and other shit. It is what it is, right? But I make sure it's my business to teach my daughters how to be a wife. My daughter, she know how to play. Both of my daughters know how to play. One of my daughters know how to play the saxophone. One of my daughters know how to play a different instrument. My other daughter, both of my daughters know how to play chess. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You understand? They learn how to cook through their moms and stuff like that. Like these, they know about art. They love art. Like that's all I'm saying is like throughout my journey, when you get your memories like on your Facebook, like most of my fucking memories on my Facebook, it's like getting my kids out the hood and teaching them about different shit.
You preparing them because that's what but I get what you're trying to say because my father was the same way. My father, he just got rest his soul. He was the same way with each of us, but more importantly with my sister. But the thing was, is like, my sister's been like, is a stand-up woman because of that. Because she don't take no shit. She's been like on the up and up about everything. And she's been able to get to where she needs to get. And she's been pretty successful at it. But at the same time, she understands like, it's still an uphill struggle. It's not easy. But my younger brothers, they've all got their shit together and they're doing all right. Because their fathers prepared us. It's like basically EJ Heels, you know what you are? You James Brown.
And by
Because
the
you remember
way,
what James Brown said?
not what you are, David.
Facts.
I want everybody in the chat to put a glass, a martini, a cup of bourbon, whatever your little
Emoji.
message or your emoji can get. Put it up in the air for name of father who passed away, and salute that man.
This Sunday will be his 71st.
Salute that
Wow.
He would have been 71. He would have been 71. He passed away last month, but you know what?
Yeah, same like my father. Yo, my father been gone for 4 years.
My condolences.
We're gonna salute Nama's dad. Put your glasses of beer, put your glasses of bourbon, cognac, vodka, tequila, whatever. Put it up there for Nama's dad in the chat. Put those emojis up. Salute to a well-lived life, a man who served for the Army Corps of Engineers, and a man who raised a hell of a son. Woo!
Woo!
I'll tell you, truth be told, Charles, my dad's greatest moments was, first of all, regarding me and my younger brother, was not only when we both graduated, not just from high school, but from college, but he was there to see me and my brother dispatch be packed up and ready to go, because when it was each of us' turn to to enlist, he was there. Although he couldn't really teach us anything, we had our older cousins, uncles, they all sat us down when it was our time to go. They told us what we needed to understand and prepare for basic training. We knew it was going to be harsh, but hell, I'll tell you. But I'm just glad that he's not gone from me. He's passed, but he's not gone, because he's always with me.
Everybody put some more glasses up. It's my nephew's
Big
31st
facts.
birthday. Today's my
Oh,
nephew.
happy birthday!
He's
31.
Oh, what for real? You a Virgo?
He's a Virgo, active duty. And guess what? Tomorrow's birthday is Josh's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Josh!
More glasses in the chat, man. We got a lot to celebrate. We're gonna celebrate the life and times of Namer's dad, and we're gonna celebrate Josh and my nephew's life.
The old line. We used to call my dad the old line, but it's like James.
Salute to the old lion, man. Salute.
And if he's up there in Texas, active duty right now. It's good time.
Stay safe out there. I know shit getting wild in certain places, or shit can happen.
Shit's getting wild and shit's happening, man. It's now my dad felt when I went to Iraq, even though he's a Vietnam War vet. It's one thing when you go, it's another thing somebody you raise go.
You get that, because like in his case, what was it? Grandpa Faulkner. Imagine the shit that was going through his mind when your father had to go.
Oh yeah,
and then Charles Sr., he's thinking, God damn, this is what my father must have gone through when I went.
Yeah, you got to think.
I'm sure he probably called Grandpa and said, "Yo, how did you deal with this shit?" He said, "Son, it wasn't easy. I'm just glad you came home in one piece."
Here's the one thing about it: he couldn't call him because he passed when I was 5.
Oh,
and you got to think, grandfather was a Korean War vet.
God damn.
And my great grandfather was in World War II. So we have, when people talk about the warrior class, we're the warrior class, baby. My nephew's the 5th or 6th generation to join the military that I can trace back, probably even longer. So, the samurai got shit on us. What makes it crazy is that most likely will my son go? Probably.
You're gonna be worried shit about him, but you gotta understand, you gotta be prepared for that phone call, or when they come, or when the officers come to visit.
You never want to see that. You never want to.
You never want to see that. You never want to see that. But unfortunately, it happens. It's gonna happen to
some people. But there's a reason why when people talk about the warrior class, thugs will never. Somebody put this in the chat. Thugs will never be in the warrior class. You know why? Because a warrior has to be disciplined and cultured, and thugs are anti-cultured and anti-disciplined. And when we have times to go into retrospect about masculinity, you're not a real man until you fight without any help. So you're one-on-one with another motherfucker. That's one of the things I'm going to talk about next week coming in, is the real truth about masculinity. You're not respected as a man until you get into your first fight with no help, win, lose, or draw. And thank you, everybody, for cups in the chat. I know
that's a whole fact.
You're going to salute to everybody. Salute the Namer's dad, 71 years, good life. Salute to my nephew turning 31. Salute to my boy Josh turning 32. And Josh is fighting a good fight. One of those dudes who's fighting for the life of his daughter, to get custody, because his daughter.
How old is she now?
Him talk so many times, bro. Salute to Josh, man. Real talk.
Good fight, good brother. Fighting the damn.
How old is she?
She's 7.
How old is Oh, he's got to get her. He's got to get her now, because here's the thing: you can raise a mother can raise a child from infancy to childhood, but she needs her father. There's research that was done that proved that a father's presence determines everything about a woman. First and foremost, at what age she's going to hit puberty, especially when she starts having her cycles and whatnot. There is research that's proven that, like, if he's been there inconsistency or it's been like a terrible relationship, she could feel unsafe, and then immediately her body will start to enter puberty prematurely.
That's a
And when she
fact.
starts premature, that's a fact, and that's why I see certain women who are like my age or older. I always ask them, "What was your father like?" And I can hear in their voices what their father was like, and that tells me, okay, that explains everything. Because there's some women out there, they don't look their age. They naturally don't look their age. They look a whole lot younger. If they look a whole lot younger, that's when I ask them, "What was your father like?" And when I hear in their voice that they had a good relationship with their dads, because a woman's not gonna lie about what she felt about her father. Hell, my own mother, I've asked her about what my grandpa was like, and I can hear in her voice what Gramps was like. And she lost him when she was 15. But I could hear in her voice the joy she had about her father. And women who had a good relationship with their fathers and had them in their lives, they had the time to grow up and develop. And as soon as, and then by the time they entered adulthood, of course, there are some factors that can fuck them up, like drugs and alcohol. That can speed up. We can also speed up the aging process. A lot of those women grow up to age gracefully, even through stressful times. They just age gracefully. My mom's one of them.
Your fam. Do you know what I think daughters need to read? I think daughters and every young man need to read this book, The Man Not by Dr. Curry, right? But there's also three things that I think, great things that I did in my daughter's life. Well, one of my daughters, the older daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I gave her my whole child support, but she was young at the time. I didn't give a fuck, right? I actually, when I went to for my 50-50 custody or whatever the case was, I let her read the whole paper, right? Then I gave her the book called A Lesson Before Dying when she was a kid. Now she's older. Now she's understand. It's called A Lesson Before Dying. They actually did a movie on that with Omar Epps, right?
Oh, all right.
Am I capping? Now, as she's look upon it, now she understand, like, Dad, now I know. She called me and said, Dad, you know what? You was teaching me stuff at a young age, and I got these tools from Angry Man. I'm going to say it here. It may be things going on between whatever, but it's in-house. I'm not going to talk about that. But he gave me so much knowledge that I gave my daughter know who Charles Faulkner is, who Angry Man is. What else I gave? I gave her a lesson before a lesson before dying. Told her about my child support. I put it out. I don't care, because the mother, which I still, I like her, the mother of my kids, because she did with her more time than I'm with her, whatever. But I put it all out there in front of her. I ain't care, because you know why? I'm not gonna die with nobody saying if that, my dad was this. No, you're gonna see the truth now. That's how much I'm an asshole is. But I'm an asshole in a good way. You understand what I'm trying to say? And I gave her a freaking DMX book, Earl Simmons. See, people always want to talk about DMX was on drugs, but they don't talk about the lawyer that stole $70 million from him. $70 million.
No one talks about the man of God in him, because he thought about becoming an ordained minister at one time. He could have been like Reverend Run. You know what I'm saying? But
big facts.
I mean, but here's the thing, James.
Reverend Run daughter messing with Young Gotti. Yo Gotti.
Well, yeah, somebody got to pull them aside. But then again, that's a reality show. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, though.
That's a whole nother subject.
Yeah. But I'm saying is like that could be some business and shit. But anyway, Think about it this way. You preparing your kids the way you do is like basically what the Greeks said. The Greeks said, true wisdom is old men planting trees whose shade they will never go under. They'll never sit under.
Hold on,
Because
yo.
it's
Say
not
that
about
again.
them. True wisdom is old men planting trees whose shade they shall never sit under. That they will never sit under. Why? Because the tree is not about them. And they teaching to everybody how to plant those trees because what they're doing is they're trying to prepare the next generation for everything. Because it's not about them; it's about their legacy through their descendants, be it their children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, whatnot. Because if you want your society to thrive and succeed, you got to think 7 generations ahead. 7 generations, and that's how it is with us. I mean, it's like at one
That's a
point I
whole
remember.
fact. That's a whole fact. And that's why I love the Buddha. Know what I'm saying? So let me add on to that. That's why I love the Buddha when he was like, I had to leave my whole family and go meditate underneath a tree. You know what I'm saying? This to find
Yeah,
himself. If you really know the origin of the Buddha.
What's
And
his
then
name?
he came back and then he started planting trees around his community. Like he'd go out of his way and just plant trees. I don't know the whole origin of it, but I know that little sentiment, that little bit of it, because I know
And those
I done
trees are
seen the
still alive, are
documentary.
still standing to this day.
So
Those trees you
trees
talked
do
about,
make sense
they're
though.
still
Trees is
standing.
life. Trees is life.
Because there was like it was in Indonesia. There's been a man who's been praised by his community because he's been planting trees for the past 20 years to battle deforestation in his area. And once the folks started seeing the initial results, that's when everybody got on board because he set the example.
That's a
But
fact. Then I heard,
as
hold
far
on though, you'll stop right there. Then I heard the more trees you be around, even being around trees, like if you just around trees in certain landfills or whatever, like it take away certain cancers, certain diseases. You know what I
fungus
mean?
does that better.
Your thought process
Fungus or
changes.
mushrooms
I
do it
just heard
better,
it
but
from a
yeah.
young man channel. I was just on the young man channel this morning. He was like, the reason why I'm around trees because that'll give me more peace. I'm more at peace and I'm not dealing with no negativity.
Yeah.
He said he
Because
loved being
you're
around
one with
trees.
nature. You're one with nature.
That's what he
You're out in the
said.
grass.
He said he one with nature, bruh. That's a whole fact. He said
you
he'd
can't
rather
live
be
outside of
around
nature
trees than people.
because there's nothing inauthentic about nature. Nature is harsh as it is beautiful, but it is what it is. I mean, yeah, you got things that have to camouflage for this, that, and the
That's a
third,
fact.
for survival.
Right.
But you understand, it is what it is. It's not like the concrete jungle where everything's
Right.
artificial to an extent. And
Man,
to
he
go back to
said the trees talk to him, bruh. He said the trees talk to him, bro. Like, yo, that blew my mind today. He said nature talked to him. Like, that's fucked me up out of all of these years. I ain't know that. Like, he said, yo, he listened. He said he listened to nature, bro. And that's tell him how to move. That fucked me up today.
Look at Japan. The Buddhists there, they're big on Zen, and there's and you know, and a lot of them have like little gardens because because they're just like, you know, that's them giving back to nature. But if you see how well manicured their lawns are, how well they keep their the plants and everything, there's a science to it, but there's also an art to it. But there's a spiritual teaching from that because they learn how to be with nature. If you remember the movie The Last Samurai, when Ken Watanabe's character, you know, had to take his own life at the end of the battle.
Right.
You know what was the thing you know what the flash memory he had? It was the cherry blossoms blooming. And that helped him, you know, cross over to the other side. Because he was a devout Buddhist, but he understood not just how to be a good warrior, but also understand the importance of having a Zen garden because you're one with nature. You understand how to be one with the patterns of life, with the circles of life. and you find peace and tranquility there. And it helped him, be more welcoming, embrace death, so he didn't have to fear it. Those who embrace death don't fear it at all. And more often than not, they survive shit. Because they don't cling to life. They're not too clinging on life like that.
That's crazy, yo. I think that's me, bro. Like I am, like how you man, I need you, Charles Faulkner, and nameless protagonist to do it. I just want to hear y'all three this talk with no interruptions. And don't bring nobody on the panel. Like, yo, y'all infamous. I love you, Charles Faulkner, and name protagonist, and I just want y'all to talk. Real talk.
Nameless is my dude, for real.
Yo, that's my dude. Yo, I got a wrench over there, bro.
Yeah,
yo, he just went live like what? Like last week in months, and had like almost 70 people in the box. They love that dude.
You know what? Think about it. He comes out. His approach to it is like Biggie Smalls. Because remember, Biggie only had 2 albums.
Yeah.
But he took the time to perfect the craft. Because that's the thing. That was the difference between him and Pac. Pac was a party animal, but he was a fucking workaholic. He played hard. He played hard. He was constantly putting at you because he had all the grit.
See, what people fail to realize, I don't mean to cut you off. People fail to realize the reason why Biggie was so infamous because he had a teacher that played jazz in his community. Like I told Charles a long time ago, imagine seeing a cop pull up to you, that's your next door neighbor. Imagine seeing a firefighter, that's your next door neighbor in these rundown communities back in the day to whatever, right? That will change the trajectory. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because some of these communities see cops, they see firefighters, they see all of these things in their communities. In these rundown communities, we don't see that. But imagine that we would have seen this in the 80s or the 90s. Before the communities got fucked up.
Yeah. Anyway, James, I'm gonna do one better. Rakim.
Like real shit.
Yeah, for real. Rakim. He played saxophone in high school. He grew up listening to jazz. And
wow, I didn't know that.
He went because he went to high school in I think he's from Long Island, right? Rakim's from Long Island.
Big facts.
Yeah, he's from Long Island. He's from LI. And hey, don't sleep on them Long Island niggas. Long Island cats, they got some bars. Just like everybody be sleeping on.
Nah, yo, Wu-Tang from Long Island. Wu-Tang from Long Island. People don't even know that.
They're from Staten Island.
Yeah. You're not Long Island.
Staten Island.
You right.
Don't sleep on them. Except there was 2 members. Jizza, I think he's from Queens, but Old Dirty, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. That's where he was from. But what was I gonna say? But here's 2 more cats we gotta also add to this discussion. Our man's Jay Sean up in Germany, because that's Brooklyn. He Brooklyn ride or die. He Brooklyn night and day. He moved to Germany, right? But he has full custody of his daughter. And that's a brother who can help. Who can probably give information on how to prepare, your kids for everything. Because his daughter, I think, is now like what, 18, 19 now. He raised her, and he raised her in a better environment. Also, another cat I can mention is another YouTuber called RPM, formerly known as the same Madman 103. That man who served 20 in the Navy, and the United States owes him a debt of gratitude for service. He prepared his kids, especially his daughter. So when she went to college and saw all the woke shit, all the crazy feminist shit, she called him and said, "Dad, you were right about this shit. I ain't got time to fuck with this shit. I'm just doing my shit and just keep my way from these folks, because a lot of them are just more detrimental to anybody they come to contact with. Because that shit about them is, I wouldn't say toxic. I'd just say it's just venomous. It's like somebody gave you a venomous mushroom, thinking that's a magic mushroom shit. You're not gonna have a bad trip. You're gonna have a food poisoning right there. Oh, Charles, there's a question here from Blood Boiling.
I'm sorry. I'm just playing with my little DJ app.
Okay. Here's a question that folks that are asking us here.
Hey, Kareem. Hey, sexy gal. Hey, how you doing?
You know, she should come up here. She needs to come up here for a minute. We need some feminine energy up in here. Since we're talking about raising daughters and such. Because I know, because, you know, that's a mama pant. That's a mama leopard there, you know. But anyway, this is a question.
Let me see. Faulkner, how did you embrace death throughout your career from putting your life on the line? The easiest way I can explain that is that you make your peace with God. You never come out with regrets, because the minute you regret something, that's when you're going to go out there either too scared to do your job or you're going to make a mistake. Because you value life so much, death is very important. So you try to be as skilled, as compassionate, but if need be, as lethal and deadly as you need to be in situations. But you always put a heart into the house of love, as they say.
That's the way to look at it. Oh, you sampling Frankie?
Hey, Charles, can I add something?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I spent about
You should have
almost
never
9 months.
And Kareem. And please, if you want to, please come up, Kareem.
I implore her to come up. I haven't heard that voice in a while.
I spent 9 months in Haiti during the cholera outbreak, which is it's still going on, but they've got it mostly under control. And that's a different way to look at death, because it's not, it's nature going after people. It's not, people going after people. And
by the way, I want Kareem to come up too, because I want her to come to BlurCon 2024. That's what the theme is for 2024 BlurCon.
What is it going to be?
Summer Madness. And I'm bringing a big ass speaker. And guess what we're going to play first? Summer Madness by Cool It Again.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I love it. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it made me appreciate the extreme amount of luxury and convenience we have in this country, where, you can take a shower, open your mouth up, and drink plentiful, clean water as long as you want. And down there, you have the wrong glass of water, you touch the wrong thing, and then touch some food, and it could send you into a tailspin where your guts are emptying out through your back end. And a lot of people don't get how lucky we are to be. The poorest person in America is probably living in a level comparable to someone in Haiti, but they have the clean water, right? They might have terrible healthcare, terrible dental care, but they still have a little bit of that ability to get traction. And they might make it out and, become like a success story. But down there, if you're born in poverty, 99.9% of the time, you're going to stay in poverty. And it's not like you can't live a life, but getting out of crushing poverty is a lot harder. And you get up to, let's say, $2 a day to $20 a day, and you live a different life, right? But if you did that in America, you're kind of cooked. But in America, you have a lot more room to get velocity to get from, what's minimum wage? $40 a day. You can get from that to, high five figures if you really grind within a couple of years. The fastest I've heard someone do it was about 6 months. And that's pedal to the metal, but it's a lot of possibility. But I'm thankful that I can live a life where I do have that opportunity, and something as simple as, the wrong glass of water or a mosquito that is infected touching my food doesn't just crush my life. So.
Or you can fuck around like some people can catch hepatitis from that shit, from unclean food. Or like in my case, because I remember growing up in a drought, we had to learn we started out drinking boiled water and everything. We had to boil the water first and everything, right? As I got older, we had to learn how to drink unfiltered water. And yeah, the diarrhea was rough first couple times.
Oh shit! Rounds. Wait a minute. Pause.
We got a celebrity in the building. We got a fellow law enforcement officer up in this bitch.
Oh, can we have him up? Can he come up?
Black Ram
Ram, come on up, man.
in the building. Because you know why?
This is therapeutic, man.
Please. It'll be an honor for you to come up, bro. Oh, you got to hear Frankie singing. I turned the fucking...
Man.
That's for Kareem right there. Come on, Kareem. Come on up.
Yeah, man.
I have this DJ app and I can turn all the harmonics and the drums off.
Charles' next career is going to be a music producer. Look out for Law and Order Records. Hello, Kareem.
Hey, Kareem. That's Kevin. Hey, Kareem.
Oh, is that Kevin? Whoops. My bad. I didn't notice the name. Sorry. I didn't see the names.
You can tell if you can sing if you could just listen to it a cappella. I'm drinking right now. Nigga, you ain't the only one. Bring your ass up, Black Ram. It's an order.
Charles, you're gonna fuck him up. You know how? Because you're gonna introduce him to cigars if he hasn't already picked up the habit.
I gotta tell I gotta tell Kareem this next year, BlairCon. And then I gotta tell her this too when I see you.
I can see it now. Kareem's parents gonna look at Kareem and say, "You got a good man here. You better do the right thing. He could make an honest woman, so you better be the right one for him. You got a good man here. Don't let him go. You better not let him go. Don't you know? He's a good man here. He's a very.
I gotta say, Black Ram is one of those hidden gems.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not really hidden, but like you know him, but he's not everywhere. But when I go check out his channel, it's always really good stuff.
Especially because he talks about some serious things because he's had his experiences. And his experiences, he dropped a lot of knowledge from what he's experienced. Especially because like introducing us to the concepts of the succubus and the incubus. Especially the succubus, because that's like ancient, like there's a certain character who I listen to, although I'm a little questionable about his politics. But when he gets to the esoteric stuff, he knows his shit.
Yeah,
and,
you got to know those like archetypes and like the deeper the demons and spirits and stuff like that. Like I used to talk to my grandmother's aunt. Who she was a priestess, voodoo priestess, and she knew her stuff, and she would explain a lot of it to us. We were young. I mean, she died very old. But there are archetypes that are very similar in a lot of that are analogous to what you would see in like what do you call it? Horoscopes, right? But then there's spirits that are also underlying that have their own intention that can be tied to you. And you have to recognize them.
By the way, Namer, I didn't properly get your dad his send off. Cheers to a good man.
He would have, you know what? He was more of a scotch drinker, and he would have raised a glass to you and said, "Thank you."
I'll get the scotch Monday.
No problem. No problem.
What's that? The VSOP?
Sunday, I know, huh?
Is it the VSOP, officer?
Yeah, it better be. Because, like, I know Sunday I'm calling moms. Sorry. I didn't hear you, Charles.
Just sipping on a little XO brandy.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you, Charles. I pretty much appreciate that, man. I mean, that'll. I mean,
Oh man, sometimes you gotta tell
I
your
mean, I mean, I mean, you know, I owe.
come on, sing it with me, fellas. Do I miss you, babe?
Ooh, I miss you, baby. But then again, here's a song. Here's a song I think that's underappreciated, and that's James Ingram. I don't have the heart, because he was honest with the woman. You know, this was a woman he was friends with, and then she started looking a certain way, and he had to say, "Yo, I know you see something in me, but I'm telling you, I'm not that man. The way you want to be loved, that's not me. I can only love you how I love you, and and I can't do that." That's him just being real with the woman. You know what I'm saying? How often is a woman genuine? You know, how often is a man straight up with a woman, letting her know he can't love her like that, especially somebody he cares about? How many of y'all been in that type of situation where, you know, a girl you knew just like started looking you a certain way, and you knew it was not going to go well, and you had to stop it before it went that road?
When I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
twice.
Nah, last
But I went
motherfucking
down. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You're gonna tell me something good.
man. Listen, yo, fam. She a bus driver. She make over what, $30 an hour. Know what I'm saying? She went to motherfucker to the up here. I'm up here in Rochester, yo. She went, yo. The bus drivers make great money up there. You understand? And then I know y'all seen that conversation with the bus driver shit with on a Breakfast Club situation. But I imagine a bus driver woman telling you this, that, and the third. I've been told her, like, yo, let's go out, let's vibe in the daytime, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? We go out to eat, you know what I mean? Whatever, on me or on you, depending on the situation. But let me get to the motherfucking point, right? After all this good shit, right? She went to the there's a concert she went to. I think it was the Mary J concert. This bitch then called me 2:00 in the morning telling me, let me come over. I told that bitch, hell nah. Because in my mind, I used to do that after the Wu-Tang concert. When the concert over, I called the bitch. I fucked the bitch.
Wu-Tang is for the
bitch,
children.
you don't fuck me, bitch. I fuck you, bitch. I said, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm twisted in the same to the motherfucking brain, but bitch, I have your legs up, bitch. I call you, bitch. You don't call me, ho. I said, hell nah, you ain't getting no dick.
Yo, James, for real, you gotta keep.
And imagine how much she make. Imagine how much she make. And I told her, no assets.
Oh no, I haven't checked out. I haven't peeped Blue Beetle yet. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be out in theaters over here on this Saturday. But hey, I hate going to theaters, so I'm just gonna wait till it's available on HBO Max. Thank God I got my HBO Max. But I'm gonna tell you a story of my situation. Similar shit happened to me, James. Now understand, I'm up in Norway, and there was a white chick I was messing with. You know, sweet little thing.
In Norway?
But yeah, she was Norwegian. She was like 5'8", blonde, blue-eyed. We were messing around for a little bit, right? But then again, the whole time, I was insisting on using protection. First time she ever been with, not the first time she's been with a black dude, but first time she got with a dude who insists on using protection, because they don't really use protection like that up here. But on 2 occasions, they were Thursday nights. Sometimes she'd be going out with some colleagues for drinks and whatnot. And I remember I was gonna head over to her place for the weekend. So Thursday night, I'm asleep. I
Come
get a
on, y'all.
call 1 o'clock in the morning.
I
Art.
just gotta ask everybody. Shout out to Aqua Dragon Baltimore. Stand up. Let's two-step
All
for a
right.
minute. Let's
All right.
two-step for a minute.
Oh,
Hit your two-step with your drink in your hand. Hit the two-step, fellas, ladies. If you got a good woman, just tell her this. Hey.
I can imagine my father just take my mother by the hand, come here, and then just slow dancing.
Come on, hit it right back. That loop.
Yo, that bitch ain't about to call me the next body. She motherfucking got. Bitch, I ain't about to be the next body count because that bitch do a drive-by. A bitch would do a drive-by on
Just
your
for
ass
name
and give
is
you some
dad. I'm gonna
pussy,
give
but
you
you
some
just the next
scotch
motherfucking
Monday.
body. Fuck that bitch. Nigga, I don't give a fuck how about I'd rather be in a cardboard box and have a bitch treat me like a sucker, bitch. How many drive-by pussy you done gave a nigga? I ain't gonna be on your next hit list, bitch. I don't give a fuck how much money you got, bitch.
James, understand I'm laughing because I understand your frustration. I understand you mad at a motherfucker, but then
No,
again,
I'm not frustrated. I'm just a fucked up ass individual.
Hey, wait a minute.
Listen to
Hold up.
motherfucking
What you
Tom
know about
Parker.
Lake Clifton Jubilee Project? Hey, Lake Clifton
Bitch,
in the
I fuck
house.
you, bitch. You don't fuck me, bitch.
There's
I
every
fuck
other
you. I
high
do the
school,
fucking.
but there's
I
only
do the
one Lake
fucking.
Clifton.
You ain't gonna fuck me.
You know what,
Woo!
James? This is how crazy I am.
There's only one Lake Clifton, baby.
Yeah. Lake Cliff, the alum signing in for duty. Hey, what up, Jubilee? But I'm gonna tell you something really wild. Like, they say you can't learn from the porn stars, right? But there's this one position called Amazon position. That's basically you on your back and she just riding your thing, right? But with your legs open and shit. And you telling her, all right, you think you know how it was to be a man? Then you just get an Amazon position and you just watching her just work your dick, riding a dick. And then like, how's that going? How's that going? Oh, what, your back hurt? Your back hurt? Really? You getting tired already? Is your knee getting weak? Yeah. I see. You see. This is what I go through when I'm pumping my ass, giving you the good dick. All right.
Facts.
All right. Come here. Come here. Hang on. Let me get you in. Let me bend you over. Let me hit it from the back. You're gonna blow your knee. I don't need you blowing your ACL just to pump my ass.
Blow
Just to
her
pump your
knee
ass like that.
replacement the fuck out. Yo, I'm so evil, right? Because I'm from a time and a place where I done dibble and dabble with, them streetwalkers, whatever, right? That's why I don't give a fuck about the body count talk, right? I leave panels like that because I know I'm so evil where I used to be a little kid, like 15 years old, dibbling, dabbling, doing me, have my little situation going on, shorty right there. And I let my brother hit it. I'm talking about a dickum. My brother hit it. My uncle hit it. And I'm just chilling.
Oh, that's rough.
Just chilling
That's
and drinking it. That's power, bro. That's power when you able to control a situation and do what you the fuck like. That's why Charles fucking need a motherfucking Patreon, bro. Imagine being, all the shit that he went through, bruh.
But here's my
These
story, like I
motherfuckers
wanted to before you
suffering out
interrupted
here,
me.
bro. But it's a
Here's my
different
thing.
talking thing, yeah.
All right, yeah. Yeah, it is Virgo season. It is our season. I'll be turning 41 next Friday. But anyway, what I want to say was like, I got that call at 1:30 in the morning. It's Thursday. It's Thursday morning, 1 o'clock.
Okay.
She called me up. I'm in bed, right? I'm like, and I could hear her in her voice. I'm like, she wanted me to come over. And the problem is, where she lived, I had to take the bus. And at this hour, there was no buses available. Or the buses would pass like every once an hour and shit. So I'm like, have you been drinking? And she's like, yeah. And she was like one of those happy drunks. She was a little tipsy but happy like that. I said, nah, I'm good. Besides, I'm gonna be over there tomorrow anyway, so just wait a little while, you know? Sometimes the wait makes the heart, long for more.
Go
Because I
founder.
wanted her,
Go founder.
yeah, get her little pen. He said, like, I remember one time I had to cancel because, like, what is it? I had like canker sores and shit. It's not the same as herpes, folks. Canker sores, like when you bite the inside of your cheeks, or like if you ever had braces. I had to call and cancel. Said I can't come this week. I said, all right. But I said, hey, look on the bright side. I'll more than make up for it next time I come over. Because, like, trying to explain to her what canker sore was hard, was kind of difficult because they never heard of that. Most people just never heard of like a mouth infection and such. But like I said, twice she called me, she drunk dialed me, and I was like, you been drinking? And I knew it was like, I can't come over there. It's like, especially under those circumstances, I might fuck around, catch a case or some shit like that. And plus, I got school in the morning because I was taking language classes and shit. But but I remember she would call me later the next day and she'd try to apologize and say, no, it's cool. I understand. But I understand I had to stop that before it got out of control because the only thing I have control of is me and how I react. So even if a chick calls you to come over, like, you sometimes have to be cautious about that shit. Because in the back of our minds, we're always thinking, is this a setup? What's really going on?
Big facts.
And
Well, you got to
let
remember.
me
Go
break
ahead.
it down like this. My man, Dante Nero, that's Patrice O'Neal's brother from another mother, because they did Black Phillip together. And he has his own podcast that continued the message and he said, if you ever feel a tingle in your nuts, that means you're about to get kicked in the balls. You know what I'm saying? If you ever feel a tingle in your nuts, that means you're about to get kicked in the balls. Or like some people, like Patrice would say, if you get a gut feeling that something ain't right about a situation, that's your instincts telling you don't do it.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh.
Don't do. You get that instinctual drive, because my instincts have saved me more often than I can count. Because sometimes I get the bad feel about something. I go, wait, this is. And then I pull
but
back.
sometimes you go against that instinct, and I think that we really need to do more in-depth details on that. But the greatest thing about my crazy ass is I always make sure. Okay, my brother, right? He a gangster, right? But he a maintenance man. Like, he fixed the RTS buses. He's a mechanic. He make more than than all my supervisors, right? But he did like 15 years in prison. You know what I mean? He like a 70 babies, right? This is the chat line days, so now I'm revealing my age again, right? I always make sure that I tell my brother every single bitch house I go to, every bitch. Sometimes he'll take me to the bitch house, and I'll introduce his ass to the bitch. So the last bitch was a bitch in the This was back in the day, though. This was back, maybe I was like 25 at the time. The fucking P2 was out. Matter of fact, it was the time when the P2 and the P3 was coming out, right? I gave this chick kids
0506.
Right, 06. I gave the chick her kids the P2. All my video games, controllers, all of that shit, all of that good shit, right? Her daughter used to come in the house, be missing and all of that shit, whatever. They used to have their little bullshit, right? So even to this day, right, my homeboy, she worked somewhere like probably a Wendy's or whatever, right? My homeboy said he met her or whatever, and guess what she asked? Where he at? He was one of the coolest dudes ever, because he treated me like I was somebody and treated my brothers like I was somebody. You know, we could get him like $10, and I gave him a P2 with all the games and the joystick, and get him money to go to the corner store. How the fuck you ain't gonna love me?
Guess what?
Even though your mother was doing what she was doing, but I still treated the kids like they were somebody.
You can't buy love, bro. Can't buy love, man.
You were
Oh
you
yeah.
were you
Shout
were
out to my
genuine when
man
you did what you
Hurst.
did. That's why.
Shout out to my man, my classmate Hurst. Are you still teaching overseas? Woo! That's my man Henry Hurst.
Woo!
What's
Man,
good,
he was
Hurst?
overseas, man. I think he was in Korea or China. I forget which one we were teaching overseas. Oh man.
Hey, he probably be making good dough and probably having a couple living over there because at least he's not. I mean, of course, it's got its challenges, but at least it's not like he's stuck in the chaos in Baltimore. But I'm not
No,
throwing shade on Baltimore.
nah,
It is what it
it's
is.
trust me, it's chaotic. And shout out to all the Lake Clifton alumni who came into the chat. You know, TD tell him he's a Lake Clifton alumni. I mean, he went to Lake Clifton 10 years after me, but he's an alumni. He's from Baltimore, but he living in LA. But you know, if you want to look at some good Madden shit, I ain't getting Madden yet, but I'm getting it this week coming up. So I'm gonna be back on my grind with Madden again, man.
Shit.
Shoot, everybody
And
got any last thoughts? Because I know Art of Itmore just came. Excuse me, not Art of Itmore. Art New Style TV just came on. So any
okay.
last thoughts to everybody? We're gonna head over there to Art to give him some support, baby. That's how we doing the Black Manosphere.
All right. I just want to say y'all ain't shit, and God bless you for it. And remember, don't be shit.
And guess
Be a
what?
man.
With this cup of XO brandy in my hand, I never cleaned a bee.
God bless you for it, man. Hell, with this full carton of chocolate almond milk, I say, God bless you for it.
Anybody else?
Josie?
Yeah, I say, officer, enjoy the brandy. Thanks for having me up. One day,
every
meet
time.
up and I'll split a bottle of Calvados with you because there's certain brandies I like.
Oh yeah,
certain
don't
ones I
worry.
like.
Make sure you
It's
go
flag
to
on.
BlairCon 2024. We're gonna do not a meeting. We're not gonna do a meet and greet. We're gonna do a meet and drink. Woo!
There's gonna be some
It's still gonna be
stogies
at
too.
that. It's still gonna be at that one in Crystal City, right?
Oh yeah, come on
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I know exactly where that is.
Hey James, you got anything you want to say? Guess
James?
not.
Yeah.
Might be busy, but if not, we are out. Hit the Art
Salute,
New
sir.
Style.